Hey, what's good? It's the Bullshitting for Your Health podcast, episode 95. Y'all niggas know what it is. It is the most balanced podcast in the world. And I apologize because I said nigga to start out with. If you're not black when you watch this, you can't say that word. But we still love you. You know, say my ninja, but don't say it in a crowded place because you might get stopped out.
Yeah, no.
But all right, so we got I'm foul. That's a party foul for that. That's my bad. But no, so real quick, it's been a fucking long time since we podcasted, man.
Yeah, how long? Like 3-4 weeks?
It's been damn near a month.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Has to be.
It's a long time.
Either way, we got some new voices on the pod today. Well, one new voice actually, because Phil's been on the podcast before. But introduce yourself, sir. How you are known in this space of Richmond? How you're known in this world? What's going on?
Hello, my name is.
It's like a presentation.
Gerard, or Giveon, as some people call me. I'm a skateboarder, also a friend of Phil and a friend of basically everyone here. I just skateboard, and I'm here to talk about whatever we're about to be talking about.
All right, hell yeah. So again, it's me. What?
He has more to say.
I'm mixed. I just had to get that out.
Why did you look around the room when you said that? Did you see that all this dark skin? You said, wait.
Representing for the life.
I'm not on this bus. I drink from a different water fountain.
Disclaimer: half Asian, half black.
Oh wow! I didn't know you were half Asian. That's awesome.
Best mix out of them all.
But so you're Blasian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm Blasian.
You know, I used to have a Blasian friend.
What kind of? Yeah.
Are you Filipino Blasian?
Filipino.
Okay. It's like
and black.
Filipino black.
Mom is a first generation immigrant.
I didn't know.
Your mom was a first generation immigrant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah! So wait, do you speak a different language?
Nope. She threw that shit away.
Ah.
That's how it is.
She said you don't need that shit.
Yeah, don't eat that shit.
Okay.
We're in the white man's land.
Immigrants often do that.
I mean, but you still speak your language.
American.
But I was born in Ghana.
Yeah.
But like my siblings don't.
What year did you move here?
1990.
1990.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I just remember being on the plane with my dad. Mm-hmm. We stopped somewhere. It's a very vague memory.
You were like 6, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Damn, we got cut off already, but that's okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
my life story.
It was good.
My life story.
Okay, now we're officially
back.
Fucking back. Okay. Don't hit the table. We're in a new space, but we are going to soon be in a new fucking studio. I didn't show you a house tour yet, but right there, the third bedroom, I'm making a podcast studio until I fucking trick out the shed out back, get that shit soundproof, really nice place, all that good stuff. Thank you.
Remodeled.
Again, for those of y'all who've been listening for the last few weeks, Jabari is finally a homeowner officially. He's moved in, he's out of the apartment.
Oh yeah.
House party coming soon. Hey man, what else can we say? But
it's gonna be a movie.
Yeah, I think I already been catching up with Phil and Tete off pod. Mm-hmm. Anything else been going on new? Anything anybody want to announce?
Anything that you don't know?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Like shit. Everyone's
It is a little festive.
girl
it's like one of those,
is fine. Nobody's girl is not good. Everyone's job is fine. Nobody's job is not good.
That is private information.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, we tell all here. I'm gonna be honest.
Everything's going pretty well.
Not cool. Full disclosure. So y'all ready to get into these fucking topics? Again, it's been a month of craziness that's been going on. Shit. Where to start? I think we should start with some serious stuff. Get that out the way, because I don't really have anything fun written down, but I'm sure there's been some fun shit that happened. We'll get fun after the music break. We'll do music break, then we'll talk about new albums that drop. So real quick, Roe V Wade was finally repealed. We talked about this on episode 93. We said that there was a little notice that came out that revealed some of the more conservative judges, all of the judges that Trump appointed, ironically, were going to be agreeing with, what was his name? Justice...
Clarence Thomas?
No, not Clarence Thomas, the other, the white one. Not Alito.
Kavanaugh?
No, not Kavanaugh. Alito? Is that his name?
Alito.
The justice who had the memo that said the dissenting...
Alito was the one with the memo, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it was Alito's memo, but then Kavanaugh, Comey Barrett, as well as Clarence Thomas all agreed. And then there was one more, Supreme Court nominee. Who gives a fuck? It was like a landslide vote for them to repeal Roe v. Wade, which has been precedent for over 50 years. And so we are now 2 weeks post. There's already been multiple states who have had trigger laws that automatically enact the right of abortion be taken away from women past the first, not even first trimester, but like immediately, like just no abortions regardless of mother's health, baby's health, regardless of first trimester, regardless of any contingency plan. And it's been very chaotic, but also, as Phil pointed out, with the but the Russian-Ukraine crisis, it's kind of, if it doesn't affect you, like, it's weird. Like, you could still go throughout your day-to-day and not necessarily have it on the forefront of your mind, which is nasty when it comes to a lot of rights, or a lot of enumerative rights, should we say, throughout this history. Like, if it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you, and you can kind of put up these blind sides. But this is, again, one of those topics that I think, even if you think it doesn't affect you at this moment in time, you never know what space of life you'll be in. And what I think is most what's most apparent about them taking this away is that it does take away choice. It takes away any point in time in your life when you might need to make a decision about having a child or not having a child. It's taking away your ability to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also the fact that they're making a precedent that people don't have autonomy over their own bodies as well, too, you know?
Yeah, but that, and I think we're agreeing that autonomy is a choice, you know, you can't have autonomy without choice, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So,
right. But I feel like that, at least for me, has been in the back of my brain, because if they start with one minority, the next thing they'll do is, you know, take away the rights of another minority. Yeah. That is just
literally Clarence Thomas, the day after they passed it, was saying, you know, what's next on the chopping block is gay marriage. What else was on the top chopping block?
There was a senator, I think, out of Texas that said, let's do Plessy versus Ferguson.
Plessy versus Ferguson,
which is interesting.
School choice. Well, I don't want to say school choice. School choice is what the right uses when they try to take away funding from public schools and put it into charter schools and private schools, but any enumerative right, or a right that the Constitution, when it was written by those white men all those years ago, is any right that isn't explicitly said in the Constitution. So things such as gay marriage, things such as interracial marriage, abortion, things that we've tacked on. I mean, even like slavery was an amendment, but still, like, it's not originally written to the Constitution. So if you're a strict constitutionalist, so if somebody, which that's a lie, we can get onto that. But if you're somebody who says, if it wasn't written by these men, it shouldn't be a law in America, a lot of things are on the chopping block, which is scary, because these same justices have already spoken about it, which ironically, back to what I was saying about if it doesn't affect you, you don't care about it. Clarence Thomas, the one who spoke about taking away some of these other enumerative rights, did not talk about interracial marriage. So because he himself is in an interracial marriage, he did not want to hint at.
Wait. Is that actually a possibility that they're looking at taking away interracial marriage?
No, but like loving v. Virginia, like, that is a court case that it's not a explicit right in the Constitution.
Okay.
It was legalized a similar way that abortion was legalized or gay marriage was legalized. You know what I'm saying? It can be taken away just the same. The fact that it's been principle, and even though we're in this new space where if you're a critical thinker, just because you go, oh, it's against not principle, it's against what's the word I'm looking for? When you do something and then you continue to do it because it's been done before. What's that word?
Tradition? It's against tradition?
Precedent.
It's against precedent that we shouldn't get rid of it. That is a faulty argument, because there's been many things that were precedent and then we changed. You know, one of the things is us individuals in this room being able to do whatever the fuck we want in America, drink from a water fountain, sit on any bus, go to any restaurant.
Right.
But they're saying for a lot of these newer rights, again, gay marriage, interracial marriage, drug laws, abortion, it's been precedent for so long, and it's been a precedent that has been agreed upon by over a super majority of Americans that it shouldn't be taken away. All that has gone under the fucking bridge now, though. So it's like, yeah, like, any one of these precedents is now at jeopardy depending on this court, which leans politically conservative, and not just conservative in a way of like, let's cut back spending and let's make small government. No, it's like conservative in a way of religious conservatism when it comes to like Christianity, and also that Christianity is being fueled by big government. Like, no, fuck small government. We're going hardcore in your bedroom, hardcore in your doctor's office, hardcore in your body. Like, this is what you can and can't do.
They're saying that it's up to the states to decide, like the abortion matter.
That's the argument that they're saying, but that's not true. Because it was already up to the states. All Roe v. Wade did, again, is say, if you were in any 50 state for the first trimester, so which is what, 13 weeks?
First 13.
The first 13 weeks, which a lot of women don't even find out they're pregnant until what, 11, 12 weeks because of missed periods. When you can, and I mean, let's go even further now. In this state of COVID, when's the first time you can even get into a gynecologist or an OBGYN?
Yeah.
But a lot of women don't even find out they're pregnant until the second trimester. You do have the people who sit on the toilet and have a baby third trimester. But for real, second trimester, it's taken away that choice. It used to be with Roe v. Wade that all it said was the first 13 weeks, it is fair game. Anybody, any 50 state. After that, so second trimester, third trimester, it is up to the states. Mm-hmm. And that is the big, like, conundrum. It's like the thing they're speaking about is about giving states choice is a lie, which a lot of things politicians say is a lie because states already had choices. You can't, like the abortion laws in California were more lenient than the abortion laws in fucking Texas 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's all smoke and mirrors to get somebody's personal religious belief thrust onto you. Because let's go even further.
Well, in certain states,
they're saying
there are certain states that are sanctuary states.
But listen, but we're talking about, to get on sanctuary states, we're talking about politicians who say we're trying to give state choice, right? These same politicians, right, who just said all this does is give state choice, is now saying, okay, we got Roe v. Wade repealed. What's next? A federal law that restricts abortion in all 50 states. Fuck your sanctuary state, right? So not only are we dealing with individuals who wishy-washy with precedent, what precedent's good, what precedent's not good, but are also wishy-washy with their logic about what they're doing in the first place, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the scary part, because I feel like on the political spectrum that I feel like I belong to, we're not as well organized and connected. Like, what we're trying to do isn't the same. And we're fighting against people who know what they're fucking trying to do. Like, regardless of what you say, religious conservatives who are pushing for these changes really want to do, they're all collectively, like, even if you're not as extreme, like if you belong to the Republican Party, like, you know, like, I'm at least cool with it, like we're doing this. Whereas the Democratic Party, we don't know, because of the different reasons why we're Democrats, whether it's money, whether it's actual belief in what the Democratic Party has been about for the last 30 years, or whatever ethnic group I fucking pertain to. We all got different ideas of how we want this shit to go. Some people are like, nah, it should be fucking federally legal in all 50 states for abortion. Some people are like, yo, just Roe v. Wade back. Some people are like, I really don't give a fuck, but I do give a fuck about, you know,
it's
my
a
money.
Really individualistic kind of attitude.
Yeah, whereas I think the best, not the best, I just personally believe when something's not broken, you don't need to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, the situation with it was never fixed. What they did, it was like a Band-Aid on like a gash, instead of it actually becoming law, which Democrats never did, because it's this political game that we play where we pretend as if like Democrats and Republicans aren't the same people. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, to be totally honest, you know what I mean? Like, why did the Democrats not legalize abortion?
And that's what I'm saying.
Because it was always like a political talking point.
Are you going to be able to? The problem is, you have to look at Congress and the way it's set up right now. Are you going to be able to push it through like you did?
Isn't it majority Democrat right
But it doesn't work that way if it's not 60-40.
Okay.
But not even.
What is the majority right now?
The majority is Democrats, but only because our vice president is. So it's basically
51.
It's 51.
It's 51.
50.
Right.
It's 50-50 and you got the vice president
There
who breaks the tie.
have been periods within.
Listen, Obama could have done it. So what you're saying is, in my opinion, the Democratic opinion when it's establishment Democrats, which isn't good or bad, because you have establishment Democrats.
No. I get what you're saying, but that's government. The Republicans know how to manipulate Congress, and they will filibuster. And filibuster just means you don't have to.
But that's because
you don't have to debate the topic. You don't have to vote on it.
Right.
and then it's done.
While I agree, I also, from a progressive caucus like an AOC, a Bernie Sanders, you can get rid of the filibuster and push it through.
Those people aren't progressive whatsoever.
How do you get who? Well,
AOC
how do you
Bernie Sanders?
They are progressive because listen, pause.
In what type of way?
In what type of way? Because Bernie Sanders or AOC would say get rid of the filibuster and codify Roe v. Wade.
How?
As federal law, but
just because you say it doesn't actually mean that it's possible.
It is possible. There's different measures they could have done to protect Roe v. Wade. Now listen.
So why hasn't Roe v. Wade been legalized?
Because the Democrats aren't all AOC and Bernie Sanders. There are some that are Joe Manchin. There are some that are Barack Obama, who are two sides of the same coin, which is, I take the same money Republicans fucking take. So my investors don't want me to actually codify Roe v. Wade as a fucking federal law. And necessarily it's not on my agenda to do that because that's not what keeps my seat.
Barack Obama's the only one that had pushed his own laws through.
He pushed one law through when he got it halfway done.
I mean, but still, like,
listen,
that's the only way to be able to do it.
Listen.
Yeah, you just pushed things through, which
exactly.
But not everybody. But listen, I believe if you had a Democratic Senate that was just like Bernie Sanders or AOC, somebody who is grassroots funded.
That's not the fact.
It's not the fact, but that's a part of the reason why we're in the situation we're in. What I'm saying is, I'm agreeing. What I'm saying is, no, we can, because the reality of the situation is this, bro. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm just simply telling you the reason why it is yes, Republicans and Democrats are the same, but not every Democrat is the same as Republican Democrats. And there are specific ones in the last 5 to 6 years who have been coming into the fucking political spectrum. And if you keep looking at them,
Republicans as well too.
Right. But no liberal Republican would vote against what they're trying to do.
I'm fairly sure there are Republicans.
What Republican in the fucking Senate or Congress, which all 400 of them came out against what the Supreme Court said?
Wait.
What I'm saying is the Republican Party, regardless of what individual beliefs they have, as a party, they are solidified on what they're trying to push through. So keep in mind when they have power again in a few years, and they get rid of the filibuster.
What I'm saying is, let's say
it's also the fact
you're
that
right, because
hold up, don't do this. Don't do this. If you're gonna talk one at a time.
No, I'm just saying. Let's say you're right, and we had a Democratic Party that was all together, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're still going to run into the problem that you have a Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, who is going to filibuster. It doesn't matter
Can they or can they not get rid of the filibuster?
They can, but listen, how? You have to pass that now.
Exactly.
But you can't pass it when you're 50-50 with one as your tiebreaker, because guess what?
Is that
you'll filibuster the filibuster vote.
So here's what I'm going to say. I might agree that getting rid of the filibuster, getting rid of certain congressional dynamics is going to be tough. But what I'm saying, I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm saying is we don't even have 50 Democratic senators who believe that's what we should do.
Yeah, but
which is again to your so we agree. So I'm not trying to argue that point with you. I'm not trying to argue that point either about there are people in the Democratic Party who think like Republicans, because yes, they get funded by the same people. But what I'm also saying is that you have more Democrats now in the last 6 years who are just like me, you, or fucking Gerard or Tete. AOC was a fucking waitress, bro. She does not take money from goddamn HCA or fucking any other big conglomerative group.
Wasn't she at like some like Met Gala thing?
She was at the Met Gala, yes, but again,
like politics.
Again,
what I'm saying is that is not
what you're saying.
That we're dealing with.
What you're saying is again a more radical.
What I am saying is that yes, we are living in radical times, and like right now, Sri Lanka actually just got rid of their president. That's an actual thing that's happening. Keep it here. I'm keeping it in a band. I'm saying that like. Right now, there is no exact people would filibuster a filibuster. So if the people actually care, then the people should do something.
Yes.
Period.
This is where
that's all I'm saying.
My problem is People.
No, don't agree because I feel like there's two different, varying degrees of what the people should do. Because
what should
the people?
Should people allow this to continue to happen?
You guys are agreeing with the sentiment, but with the action you're both talking about, I think it's.
Let me just take you down.
You're talking about them. You're talking about them.
This is what the people. This is what the people.
Dethroning a fucking political leader. That's mad anarchy, my friend.
All right, let me ask you guys something. This is what the people should do. This is what the people should do.
White people do that.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you guys vote in midterm elections?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so
I do not believe in the political process.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Everyone,
so you don't
doesn't
vote.
work.
Everyone was talking about me. Let me just get
Go ahead.
got this out the way. Hot ass air. Oh my god. Okay. We are speaking and we are agreeing about the same thing. However, we're talking to each other in two different languages, right? Phil and I are more of a radical mindset, and our radicalness falls more on the left side. However, given the capitalistic agenda that America has, we look at the left and right as still technically very right-sided, just due off of capitalism alone. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Right?
Fair.
And so what y'all are talking about is how do we fix that problem within the system that we already have and what is already established, right? In this system that is run majority by white people, mostly white men, it's very imperialistic coming from, the history, right?
Yeah.
With Christianity and all that. I get the sense that y'all two are just like, all right, what can we do with the shit that we've gotten already, right? Like, what can we do with whatever we have right now, right?
You're right.
Phil, and kind of me too, right? We kind of, like, I'm not saying that we have to accept the system no matter what. We live in it, correct? However, we can imagine greater. You feel me? We can imagine a box a little bit bigger. However,
does that involve blowing up the current system?
Yes, that's what it involves with. And listen what I'm saying.
Don't cut him off. Hold on, let him finish.
I'm ready.
Let him finish.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No. Get it out the way because I'm fucking high right now and I might sound like an idiot. However,
It was actually profound.
No, very profound. I think you summarize it up. I do think we all are on the same side,
right.
but are coming from it from different approaches, which is what I was trying to say when you were coming with midterm elections and you were talking about Sri Lanka literally depositing a political leader. All I'm saying,
didn't murder him.
But still,
he
decided
never to step down.
And in contemporary America, it hasn't happened. And how
happened?
Listen,
with the
you're talking about January.
America.
It happened with the founding of America. I'm talking about.
So that's what
I'm talking about. I'm talking about contemporary America. In the founding of America, they did not have the greatest military force in America that will use it on its people. What I'm telling you is this. What I'm telling you is this. We just saw the more fiery right side of this country do what you're talking about on January 6th.
And how many people were murdered?
Do you think?
Not one. Wasn't it one woman was murdered? Okay, so if
hold on. Do you think? Hold on.
Question. The White House.
Question.
If a lot of people,
we?
I'm not done.
Who's we?
Everybody.
Me? Us
white
four?
women? No.
That's 4 bodies, bro.
No, I'm talking
that's 4 bodies, bro.
I am talking about Oregon.
And I'm telling you, bro.
There was a white woman that was killed during that protest. But I'm saying that same protest could happen. That same and that's what needs to happen. And
it's not going to.
Why? Because people say it's not going to happen.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's not going.
White people did.
It's not going to happen.
Why would it?
It's not going to happen because our side is disorganized on what the fuck they want, bro. Dog, listen, right now, because we're talking about. Listen, that January 6th shit happened because the same people in the revolutionary fucking ground roots part and the same people in the fucking building agreed.
Okay.
Fucking agreed. The goddamn and when they didn't agree, was when
they don't agree. They're about to hang their own leaders.
But no, pause. Listen. And when listen, when they didn't agree was when that shit was on their doorstep and they realized, oh, the grassroots wants me. When it was just all in the beginning of that shit, they thought that shit was going for them. They thought for some reason maybe they were just gonna go kill AOC. And when they were screaming Mike Pence, then the niggas were like, oh shit, yeah, we really not on the same side. But at the end of the day, for the last 4 years, both of those sides were agreeing. What I'm saying is, I'm agreeing with you. I'm simply saying, I think.
If you think something like that, something like that is going to hijack the government.
No, I don't think that, but I think that conversation would have to happen. And if you actually disrupt the every single day with something different, then a conversation has to occur.
This is the grassroots of terrorism. If you disrupt every single day,
the United States is a terrorist organization.
But I'm
it was
saying that.
founded on.
I'm I'm gonna take control. Hey, fuck it. I'm gonna take control. Agree to disagree, because that's literally all I'm fucking saying is you guys are both agreeing, but just coming at it from different fucking idea and viewpoints.
Right.
So listen, all I'm saying is what I would like to see. Right? Because again,
because it's your podcast.
No.
I would like to see you.
Fuck yeah! No, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! No, fuck yeah! I get,
right.
Brother. I get your mindset, and all I'm saying is for a future that maybe is safe for the majority of people, and I would love it to get to a point where we can get it to everybody. Breaking down this country.
Didn't a lady die because she couldn't get an abortion recently?
Yeah.
So because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean that it's not affecting people.
But I don't think blowing up the government is gonna. I think more women. I think more women. If you blow up America, you're gonna have more women dying of abortions. If you take this country back to the fucking Stone Ages with terrorism,
absolutely not. No.
Bro, you see it in countries like Venezuela when they take down. The second Venezuela goes down, somebody else is stepping fucking in.
The United States comes in. The United States plants people in.
Look at what happened again. What you're saying with Russia and Ukraine. You don't think somebody else is stepping in the second that you go over there to fucking January 6th? You don't think fucking China's coming?
You gave the example of Venezuela.
January 6th.
I retorted with that, saying that the United States actually appointed their new leader.
I know.
That's a fact.
Well, they appointed the one that they wanted, but he was not allowed.
Dealing in a colonial mindset, you know what I mean? If we're talking about post-colonial theory, like why are these old white men running our lives, then we have to think about.
Would you say
that is possible?
Here's my question.
It's past that. Why are we still dealing with
parties? I'm gonna go back because, like, again, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but I'm just gonna speak into reality because right now I don't think. Here's my question. Do you think you'll get there what we're all looking for? Do you think you'll get there faster with grassroots, explosive, and not in a literal sense?
It starts with education. It starts with education.
Do you think you can change education faster through what you're saying or through what Tete's saying? How? Because I'll give you the history of this country.
Yes.
How has it been changed faster?
What I'm saying is because it starts with organization first. Once the people collectively understand what the game plan is, not just a passionate speech. Once everybody is organized and on the same page.
And we have the technology for that now.
And we do have the technology to become organized, have a true agenda, points. When the Black Panthers stepped onto the Supreme Court with guns, do you know what happened? Gun laws in America changed like the next week.
For certain people.
No, the gun laws in America, period, changed.
Yeah, but then they changed back. Like the gun laws are different than they were back with the Black Panthers. I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that is the way that it will work.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
But it starts with organizing and educating ourselves and realizing what's actually happening.
The government is going to react like they did towards the Black Panthers.
Absolutely.
Which they eradicated the fucking group.
Absolutely.
But you have a group.
And then you had people who followed right after them and changed it from the same game and same system.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine the civil rights movement. If people didn't continue to keep going, then we would still be sitting on the back of the bus. It is because people chose willfully to understand that you are taking on the burden of bringing a brighter future, as silly as that.
And I think
that generation, sorry, I don't mean to jump you, but that generation did it in a smarter and ultimately the less violent tactics are what worked. So your economics, like the bus situation came about because of a boycott. Because Black people stopped riding buses and they were losing money, hemorrhaging money.
Right. What you're suggesting is everything comes down to money.
That's what the political system is.
It is.
Y'all niggas are agreeing. I just think, like, at the end of the day, it takes both sides. Like, it's not just one side where you just do completely what you're talking about and it changes. You needed that, and then you needed the political change for the system to get better.
You need to work within the system.
All I'm fucking saying at this point in time is one side, regardless from the grassroots and the political side, their agenda coalesces. What I'm saying right now from the Democratic side, the agenda does not coalesce on a greater span.
So what do you want the agenda to be?
What I want the agenda to be would be one where if 90% of the people, both Democrat and fucking Republican, both independent, both black, white, gay, whatever, say, yo, abortion should be a situation between the woman and the fucking doctor.
God.
That's what that's what the political parties
This conversation went like just like all up and down, back to the point.
No, it's just what I'm fucking saying.
No, dead ass.
So it's like the people that
80% of the country agrees that abortion should be legal. So that means the red states, the Republicans on their end don't have a cohesive opinion.
I'm not talking. I know. Wait.
You know?
But okay. Yes and no. But what I'll say is this.
I got a question to ask.
Yeah.
I got a question to ask the board. Do you believe in a capitalist society? Do you believe in a capitalist society? Phil, etc.
What do you mean by believe in it? Because
I feel like we're all. I know it exists. It does exist, right? However, you're working within the system to change the system. However, right? Change it for the better. How? What is your imaginatory future for this country? You know what I'm saying? So same thing goes for you.
So you have to play the game. The Republicans have played the game of majority for a long time, and they don't even care about the White House, guys. They're taking the majority in
Federal
the Supreme
judges.
Court. Like, whatever you say at the White House, whatever you say at the Senate, whatever you say at the House, doesn't matter if the Supreme Court says fuck that.
Right.
You know? So they're playing the game of majority. We can do that. All we have to do as Democrats is vote during the midterm elections. We all go out and vote for the president. Every single Democrat goes out and votes for the president, and we win. But then when it's time to put players around your quarterback, we're like, no, I don't feel like that. And then they get the majority in the Senate. We've managed to keep the hold of the House, but the House is absolutely useless. Who cares about the House, right?
And here's what I'll say when I'm saying about 90% of, or 80 or 90%, it's whatever poll, whatever you see out there. Who's ever voting these red senators in, they keep voting them in. So that voting base agrees with their political base. All I'm saying is there are certain Democrats in this 6 span of time who speak on what we speak on and vote in the ways we vote in. It's, yes, a tough fight because there are a majority of Democrats, including the ones we love. Obama, fucking Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, who because of a capitalist society vote largely and legislate largely in similar ways to the Republican Party, because in that vision of a capitalist society, the government works for big corporations and to keep the money train fucking flowing. I'm saying simply, if we had an equal, genuine party who we elected and they literally did what we elected them to do, or we elected them out and money didn't fucking matter in that situation, I think we could be in a better situation without needing to go as extreme. But yes, we gotta get extreme, organized to get to a point where we can change politically. I just worry sometimes when you get, and again, this is my privilege. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, oh man, like I can think this calmly, or I can think this way for whatever reason, other than the fact that I played the game well enough to get to a point of comfort that I can think that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like I am well aware that like when shit doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you. That's how we started this conversation. But I think that's also one of those situations where it's the same way that I think our criminal justice system should work, where people are like, yo, an eye for an eye. No, that's what the criminal justice system is for. Because when something affects you viscerally, you're gonna have a visceral reaction. Maybe it takes somebody with a cooler head to say, hey, let's go about it this way, because if you attack it from a visceral way, you might cause more fucking destruction. You know what I'm saying? Like a Sri Lanka, where you're like, yeah, you depose the political leader, and then you have anarchy, and then if it's population rule, do we get Lord of the Flies? Do you think that would happen?
Here?
Yeah. Do you think that it would be like Lord of the Flies in the United States?
If we got rid of
government?
Not got rid of government.
If someone, okay, I don't want to say that on the podcast real quick, but if something happened, let's just say to our largest political leader, do I think it would fall like that? No, we have many shits to step up. There's somebody else who's supposed to step in. No, I'm simply saying there's extremes on both sides. So what you're saying, I'm assuming, is that if you do something where you do something radically and depose the government at hand for something different, you get a better picture. I'm saying the equal and opposite reaction to that is you get something much worse that you don't know. It's an unknown.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is while we're sitting in a place of comfort and can think about these ideas, let's not just go super visceral. Let's use all the resources we have to make a better fucking world.
Then we might lose that.
It's like you don't fucking know, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think
essentially.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying when I say you both agree. We all agree. We just need a way to coalesce that idea into something that we can all get behind.
Right.
That's
and we don't have that.
For the end of my question, I want to, do you remember
that? Was beautiful, guys. Yeah. This is beautiful.
What is your future of the American society?
What is
your ideal future?
My future starts with people that are educated and are fed, and from there, then they can decide their own futures.
Right.
They have the proper infrastructure for whatever type of life.
I feel like given American society as it is now, education is kind of ambiguous. So who do you think would be educating? Who is allowed to educate? What are they teaching them about?
The individuals who have gone to school. So if we have people that are going to school to be teachers, then they receive stipends. It's like a teach on the job type, or a learn on the job type of thing.
Right, so an apprenticeship or internship.
Essentially.
But what I'm asking is what subjects are they going to be taught philosophy earlier? Are they
they need to learn math and the action, everything else that everyone else is learning. They should probably be learning Spanish. They should understand their regions and
So there's a reason why European countries. You can have a German come over here and speak to you in perfect English. He just has an accent. And then we go to Germany and we're clueless, because their education system dictates, hey, pick a language, learn it at an early age, not at age, 15, but, learn it when you're young and actually use it and speak it.
Right.
So you can produce on the world stage, because at the end of the day, it's a global economy.
Given that Europe is pretty multiple languages are all over Europe. Right?
Facts.
So I feel like that also grows some structure over there. However, over here, the reason why I asked you this is because I've been writing a paper on it, and I did some the way I see education is that it's still influenced by that capitalistic ideal. The simple question of when you're younger is what are you going to be when you're growing older? What are you going to be?
Right.
What's your job? What's your affiliation? Right. However, growing up, I feel like most of the time I just got caught up in what am I going to do? I have to pick my career as soon as possible, make that money, blah, 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 play with the system, which, it is what it is, right? And I'll play the game. However, the reason why I asked you what do you think education could do and what they could teach them is because I think it's very important of what you teach somebody growing up.
Right.
An example I put in my paper is that I believe that kids should learn about gender studies way earlier on. And sex education in general, right? The fact that when you got sex ed, right? Remember that VHS tape that they fucking wheeled in or some shit? Or I'm younger than y'all, so this might.
No, you know
what I'm saying?
I was surprised you said VHS.
My only memory of sex ed is sitting in the class before sex ed talking about sex that we knew, and I don't even remember sex ed. So.
Right, and so I think that's a failure of our education system because when you grow up, first of all, as a boy, you're only taught the boys' side of sex education. How come you hear nothing about the women's side? Right. And so going back to our conversation of Roe V Wade, I feel like giving them that, hey, this is what's also happening in the girls' sphere will have them, understand and further empathize with the woman's perspective, know? And I feel like teaching them in an education earlier on would definitely give them a wider perspective.
So I got a quick question on that though. That's cool. And maybe this is just me thinking from a capitalistic standpoint.
Right.
in the reality that we currently evolve, if you take out what are you going to do when you grow up, how you're going to make money, blah, 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 and you just simply teach about worldly things, how do you continue going forward?
As a country or a nation?
Not even as a country, as a nation, but as a conglomerate of people. Like, throughout history, like, all history, like, there's not some form of capitalism, but like you go bartering, like whatever, like skilled workers, whatever the fuck. What are you doing? I think it should be a mixture of all those things.
I definitely do think
like it should
like, be a mixture.
You're going because I feel like there are certain parts of society that work better capitalistic and certain parts of society that work better with different forms of governing. Like, do you think capitalism should be in healthcare, or should that be more of a right and you look at it more as a social thing? You know what I'm saying? There's argument there.
There is argument. However, can I go?
Go ahead.
However, like as I stated, I'm just like my paper. I'm just imagining on like a better future, not as a whole. However, I must give you a disclaimer. I'm 22 years old, so I still don't know shit.
No, right? But listen, you're in this bubble of college. That's beautiful, right? So one of the things that I think that would help education, which a senator talks about it, Bernie Sanders, is free education. Because yes, you go through your first 12 years of primary school, math, reading, science, maybe a language if you have a good school. You know, you don't have any type of taxing, you don't have any type of culinary arts, you don't have physical education's bullshit, you know, which really, when you think about it, we're in America. Shouldn't PE really be something if we have an obesity epidemic in this country? Yeah. But when you get to college and you get to be exposed to these new ideas, a lot of which that Phil's exposed himself up to through self-teaching, self-learning, and exposing the world through his bookstore, you get that because at JNU they called it general education courses that you're forced to go through, forced to like go to this English class. You get that, you know what I'm saying?
Moving away, the whole experience.
That's I think how you get to a better society of educating and being able to coalesce and organize by reaching out and hearing new voices and things that you weren't privy to when you were getting indoctrinated into this capitalistic society. I think you got to bring that not level of learning, you know what I'm saying, but you got to bring that idea of learning to primary school, right? Where you get the basics of how to be a living, breathing human being in society, right? Because I think we'll always have businesses, or we'll always have industries that want to produce for commodity, produce for leisure, produce for entertainment. That's where capitalism comes in. But you need that social structure that comes in and says, hey, I don't think it's right though that you work your worker however many hours for this low of wages. They should have a say. Get to a point where, like you had, in the not the 20s, but the 30s, the 40s, after whatever fucking war, where you have mass industry in America, and you can have the American living dream where everybody gets a fucking house like this, you get a car, one fucking parent can work, and they can work a amount of hours where they can still come home and chill with their son, chill with their kid, you know, go on vacations, do whatever. And maybe we get to a society that's a little bit better than that, where you're not working a 5-day week, but it's a 4-day work week, or, you know, you do something like where you go over to Greece or Spain, you all take a nap midday, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I think one of the easiest ways, or maybe one of the quickest ways to get to that, what you're saying, is just reforming the education system that we already have. Because I think what's been happening is you've been chipping away at that. Because I remember going to school and getting civics. I went to school, had a great 12th grade English teacher where we read different books. Not The Catcher in the Rye, but what the fuck is that book's name?
What?
No, I was gonna say The Prayer for Ormini, but there was something else. There was another book with they just made a fucking Hulu show about it, or Hulu movie about it. But it's books that really introduced me to different philosophies on life and shit that are super interesting, you know? And I remember I went to fucking college, I took a class on Gandhi, and it was literally, the whole class was just Gandhi, right? And it went through the lifespan of him, not just from the, what's the word? Sugar-coated glasses that America looks at him as this benevolent figure, but also from the racial side, where it's like, oh, what was that?
He was like fucking kids.
Right? Not fucking kids. He had multiple wives, but also he was pretty racist. You know what I'm saying? But racist? Yeah. But you go from like just looking at people from a American exceptionalism side, you know, indoctrinated side, but you see the whole brunt of an issue, and that allows you to look at maybe the rest of the world as less of just these people are just evil, this is that, but like you get this understanding, right? All I'm saying is I love the energy, you know, that we're all speaking. I think we're all leading to the same shit. It's just, we gotta figure out some type of like commonality path, because right now I feel like it's niggas fighting on different parts of the playing field.
However, that's the thing with America, you know, because we're so fucking diverse, man. Do we need to have one single solution to everything? I'm not saying that was a pretty broad way to put it, right?
No, I think right now when it comes from a political action side, I think there should be one goal line, because that's what, again, the Republican Party has done really good at. Hey, Mitch McConnell, what's known as the whip. What are we gonna fucking do? I don't give a fuck if we're in the House. I don't give a fuck if we have the majority. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep getting these federal judges. We're gonna keep winning these circuit courts. So it doesn't matter, again, like what they said, who the fuck owns Congress and the president. We own the fucking courts, dog. Like, you're not gonna get shit passed, okay? From that side. When it comes to like an individual side, again, organizing, like what you guys are already doing in Richmond, you know, by starting a collective bookstore where like you're expanding on the consciousness of not just black and brown people, but any white person or other person of color comes to your store. You have, like, I was the other day I was in Arlington, and there's a huge Hispanic immigrant population in Arlington. They have their own fucking grocery store, which is not just bullshit, but it has fresh vegetables. It has
Performative grocery store.
But you get like so someone would go, like, people are saying all the time, like, yo, why is Southside a food desert? You know, why can't there be a Kroger? Fuck a Kroger, because what's Kroger going to do but come in and take resources and tax money out of the fucking government? What if you got somebody like you or Phil who says, let me open up, like you have a community farm in Southside. Let me open up a community grocery store where then I start employing everybody here. You know what I'm saying? When I start putting stakes of different conglomerate use here, it's just like, that's where I believe, like, yes, like that grassroots, whatever side where we look away from larger structures to save us or whatever is really powerful and really strong. But like when it comes to like the political side of it, like there's a game to be played there, and we've already throughout years, like black people specifically, we've already shown that we can play the game, that we can not know the game, be put in the game, learn the game, and then play the game better than the people already playing the fucking game, dog. I was thinking about this the other day, like how crazy it is that every step of the way of black industry in America has been pushed back, blown up, or destroyed, and yet niggas have come back, and you still have black billionaires in an art form they just fucking created, what, 30, 25 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the game can be played very well and won, bro. And so I don't think we need to blow it up. It's like, you literally just need to attack it from all sides.
Yeah. Right.
But it's frustrating when we want that shit and we feel like there's ways, and we know there's ways that it can be done tomorrow. But I just don't know if that, I just personally don't know if that's the safest thing. And that, again, is my privilege, because what we're talking about right now, Roe V Wade, at this moment in time, doesn't affect me. Let me give y'all a little bit of fucking info on me. A year and a half ago, it would have affected me. It would have affected me. It would have made me be like, what the fuck are we doing? I got $1,400. You want to take a flight? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that is the shitty part of this country at times. But hey.
Okay, pause.
Wait, hold on.
No, hold on. It's been like fucking 7 minutes. Can I say something? Yeah. I just wanted to go back, wrap right back around.
All right, quick. Let's just say it.
Wrap right back around to what I was talking about earlier. I just want to make a disclaimer about how I feel about my ideas and shit. I want to, provide this tank, with ideas. However, we can work on a solution, but I don't think I'm able to give solutions. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm fucking young. I'm still learning and shit like that.
What does that have to do with anything? You think your perspective is not valid?
No, it definitely is.
It's immature in the sense of like you have lived less years, but I think if this country says you're old enough to go fight in a war, if this country says you're old enough to not do this, rent a car in certain states, if this country says you're not able to do this, like you have a valid perspective.
I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm definitely not saying it's not valid. However, I'm not perfect.
You're too humble, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You're too humble.
Like it's just fact, because like whatever I say, I might change that point of view in like.
No, listen. Like, I love what you're saying, because I make this joke right now where as I've been traveling as a mercenary, making more money, there comes times where I go, wow, I think I'm becoming more Republican. I think I'm becoming more conservative.
Because you know how to play the game.
And it's literally one of those things where I have to take a second, check my privilege, and be like, da-da-da. I'm glad that I still move in circles regardless of how any of my friends elevate. I got a friend right now, she just graduated medical school. I got a friend right now, she just started PA school. Yay, Donica, this fucking week. You know, I got people I went to school with who are working at Ernst & Young and Deloitte, or doing not Amazon warehouse stuff, but Amazon like corporate shit. And it's like, even though I've touched all these circles, like again, we're talking about the street traffic here. I'm not looking at it going, what the fuck, bro? Like, what is it? No, it's like, no, like, this is why it is, because this is the situation that's going on. This place was a place where resources were taken out of, and now people are now trying to move people from the area that they've been since birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you're going to have different types of walks of life and different things that are going on. Like, it's just like, that's a very valid thought to have, because I feel like I myself am going through, or I have those thoughts already, where like I can make a joke to myself that might be morbid or might be whatever, and I go, well, that's because I'm in this perspective right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, you know, you go, I'm in an industry that itself was pink collar and was widely miswaged, and I'm now at a point in this industry where I'm still making a majority, or I'm still making money in a upper percentile of my peer group, you know. But again, we're going 50 minutes on some heavy shit. All right. So I want to really get into like some lighter based topics, because really haven't podcasted in a while, but I guess we'll go through some other shits real quick, keep it real quick, and then we're gonna take a music break, and then we'll talk about some new music going through. So let me get your thoughts. We're gonna go, I'm gonna say the topic, we'll go around, get your fired off thoughts real quick. Try to keep it down. You know, I love it. But if we go like we just did on all these other topics, we'll be here till fucking tomorrow.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. So let's go with, since we're all here in Richmond, 4th of July shootings. We had some more individuals who are not right in the head, murdering other innocent people. Rest in peace to all the people who lost their lives. But I really want to, real quick, there was apparently a plot in the city we live in to do a mass shooting. There's been, I think, some rumblings that this might not have been an actual plot, but people thinking it's PR for the Richmond Police Department. Thoughts, concerns, anything?
I mean, I'll just speak on the shooting pandemic that we've been going through in general. I feel like this thought that everyone who's committing mass shootings is somehow sick in the head, but we're seeing more and more of them. I don't think that's always the case. I think these are individuals who have access to guns, who have some sort of hatred or some sort of daring thoughts in their mind that says, this is what I'm going to choose to do, and I'm going to carry this out. They plan, they move in a certain way that shows cunning, that shows that they're not crazy. They have the ability to calculate and be present in a moment where, you know, someone that, and we've seen crazy, like we've seen
we've seen crisis crazy. So I hate that, like I use the word crazy and it's a little bit subjective and a little bit not the right term. We've seen psychosis. You know, I'm not simply saying crazy in the sense of everybody who's doing these shootings are psychotic, but you can be not level-headed, say me or you. Like, I wouldn't call any of us sociopaths, narcissistic. What's the other? You know, there's a whole DSM-5 of different behavioral issues that can lead you to not give a fuck about the next man. You know,
I just think we as humans, we all have levels of impulse control. We all have levels of emotional stability, and you know, saying, and I get what you're saying, you know, but that sort of thing gives them a bit of a pass, and it's like, no, like these are the problem is no longer a mental health issue. It is a gun control issue.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Gotcha. What you got, Phil?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. It's like a crazy gun control issue in this country.
Cool.
That's it.
Cool.
I think the same. Like, it just comes down to gun control. I know we all feel the same way about gun control in some sort of respect.
So we need government.
So we need
gun
gun
control.
He brings it back.
I'm just saying. No, but okay, cool. I agree.
If we're playing by those rules, yeah, of course.
No, I agree. I agree. It is far too easy to access a firearm and commit mass destruction. Okay, again, rest in peace to all those souls and fuck all the niggas who did that shit, bro.
Yeah, literally.
A big fuck you to some sick people in these countries, though, who got in trouble for what they did. Derek Chauvin, the man who sat on the neck of Eric Garner for selling cigarettes, was sentenced to 20 years in prison. How are we feeling? Is there a collective? Yeah. Is there a collective? He should have got more. Is there a collective? Yo, he shouldn't. He's innocent.
Wait, retell the story again.
So Derek Chauvin, the officer who put the knee on the black man's neck for selling loose cigarettes on the side of the road and ended up suffocating him.
You get 20 years.
He got 20 years in jail. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's cool.
I have no
There are
words.
fates worse than death.
So, to contrast that, Ghislaine Maxwell, the counterpart of Jeffrey Epstein, who had the sex island where they were taking multiple children and molesting, also got 20 years in jail. And as Phil so eloquently put, we learned about nothing else of the case of this highly publicized event. So not only did a woman who might not have killed anybody, but I'm probably sure they killed somebody at some point if they're fucking molesting kids.
Change somebody's life.
Yeah, they changed multiple people's lives, and not just those people, but whoever, unfortunately, maybe
Without
these
the
people
evidence,
harmed
too.
or whatever,
maybe-
got the same punishment
Right.
as this man who killed a man.
R. Kelly went to jail this year.
You're running it yours, man. And then to go even further, R. Kelly, the Pied Piper of R&B, was also sentenced. But he was sentenced to 30 years in jail for a long history of molesting kids.
I have no words.
Are we surprised?
No, we're not surprised at all.
I mean, what's the question here?
Why didn't Ghislaine Maxwell get 30 years? There's no question. I'm just simply stating that like our justice system is interesting. I'm glad that these people are facing punishment regardless.
I think we want to blow that shit up.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to say.
It's crazy that R. Kelly got more years
Then
than Derek the dude who did that.
It's crazy that R. Kelly got more years than
R.
Ghislaine
Kelly
Maxwell.
Well, that was a.
I think they should all be in the. I think they should all be in the jail forever.
The problem is
Like
it's almost like
if we speak,
hey, what are we saying? Should R. Kelly get less years?
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm saying,
but it's the punitive system as a whole is very, very. It's interesting the way that. Today,
because if you think about it, Ghislaine Maxwell did the same shit as R. Kelly. But she was fucking kids too.
Yeah.
She was fucking kids too.
Yeah.
She was going to the birthday parties and saying, "Hey, little thing,"
for probably longer.
I got a place for you to come, and not only and kidnapping them and whatever. Like it's like it's right there. It's the same exact crime.
Requires more expertise.
All I'm saying is, you're saying again, why do we want to blow this shit up? I agree, but my thing is, blow this shit up and let's do it differently. For real, why do we got non-violent people in jail if we say jail is what it's supposed to be, a second society for people who cannot handle this type of society? You should be there forever, bro. Like all three of these people should just be in jail forever. You've lost your privilege to just do whatever the fuck you want to do, bro.
Yeah.
Like you took somebody else's choice.
Yeah.
We take away your choices. Now, I'm not saying we should put you in a penitentiary system. That's what it is now.
Maybe
I'm saying it should be a system. It should be a place where like you just go and whatever you do in there, it contributes to society. Like if you work, whatever, cool. You shouldn't be a slave. I don't think what we're doing right now is okay.
No.
But I just think you should just not be allowed to just do whatever the fuck you want anymore because you've proven to our society that you can't handle it.
right.
Because that shit's crazy. That's my take. Let's let y'all go. If you have something to say, or we can move on. Cool. Yeah. Fuck them niggas too. Damn. Last of the crazy shit. Not last of the crazy shit because we're gonna do a rest in peace here.
Wait, it's 12?
46.
Oh shit!
You got a dip?
It was 139.
Me too.
I was over here stressing the
I
fuck
was
out.
like, I don't know how I'm gonna explain to my partner that I was here podcasting.
Oh, yeah.
So you over here taking photos of me right now?
I promise I wasn't fucking on the hose. Damn.
I was like, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah.
So that's your new one, huh? So and you took a photo of me. He's like, oh.
Oh my god, dude! I thought you were. I was like, yo, what are you? Wait, you were on air still? It's like, relax.
It was just a picture.
No, still. Hi, Mike. You get what I'm saying, right? Real niggas in the room. All right. Brittney Griner pleads guilty to, I guess, walking through a Russian airport with a nicotine vape cartridge. Vape.
Oh, speaking of nicotine.
And
No, it wasn't nicotine.
what was it? It was a
It
weed.
was a marijuana vape.
It was hash.
I thought. Oh yeah, pull me up too. I thought it was just
It was hash. Yeah, hash. Hash
shit.
oil.
Fuck.
Yeah. It wasn't nicotine. They smoke in Russia.
They smoke weed in Russia?
No, not weed. They smoke cigarettes.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Nicotine wouldn't be illegal.
You want another shot?
Yeah.
Oh,
my bad.
Do you want another shot?
Okay.
Come on, you playing with the big boys. 25 and up game.
25. What the fuck?
No peer pressure. Don't peer pressure.
I'm gonna take my 22 ass home safely tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean you always
With
got the
that
couch.
30-year-old mentality.
We wouldn't kick you out if you were stumbling. I would literally say, yo, you need to at least take a nap.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Or I would just take you home.
Yeah, I'll take
Like
it.
it'd be fine if your
See,
girl
this
is.
feels like an honorary thing.
Oh shit! Oh man, now you're taking a shot. Now I feel bad. But no, back to Brittney Griner.
Back to high school.
She pleaded guilty. How do we feel? Do we have any feelings? Top it off. Fuck it.
Yeah, I man, this is
Pass me the salt and lime.
this is unfortunate
Sticky situation.
on so many levels.
Sticky situation.
Yeah, it's just
Shouldn't we?
and the thing is, it's a. So if you look at the situation, like overall, it's a collection of so many issues, and a lot of it falls to the fact that she is a woman, right? So she was actually playing for a Russian team in the Russian league,
Yeah.
because the WNBA doesn't pay their players, right? Like LeBron James is not playing in China.
I didn't know that.
You know? Yeah. Brittney Griner.
yeah.
Look, Brittney Griner, for all intents and purposes, like
the
is
best
like
WNBA
Giannis.
player. Yeah.
It's like Giannis in the NBA. Like she's
the best.
certified baller. Like if she's on your team, build around her because y'all gonna win.
Wow.
She's
Right.
LeBron in women's basketball.
So it's like she has to go and earn more money, even though she's a star in her sport, because they don't pay enough, and it's fucked up. So then you have that, and then of course.
Personal responsibility, not.
There is a bit of personal responsibility there, right? Because I think this was in the midst of Russia, Ukraine.
Everyone just take a shot whenever you want.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was like a whole fucking.
So this was in the midst of Russia, Ukraine.
I'm waiting for the song
right?
check.
And I'm sure she's gotten away with carrying hash oil in her bags before. Like this is not her first time traveling to Russia.
I have.
Right.
But this is in the midst.
That's crazy because it's in her bag. It wasn't even in her person.
This is in the midst
Some niggas have done.
of
Crazy ass niggas.
of Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. has famously taken Ukraine's side. You have a notable U.S. citizen. You have the opportunity to take that person, and what's Russia gonna do? They take it. So there's political craziness, there is personal responsibility, and then there's fucked up American, gender bias. It's a
Right.
multifaceted fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks ass. I really, again, it's one of those situations that I think it's because it's like, I'm in her corner, but we're all in this country where
It just don't work like that.
not only does it just not work like that, I was listening to another podcast, and one of the podcasts, I don't know if it was Charlamagne, Andrew Schultz, I don't want to put it on any of these niggas, but maybe it was Adam 22, but they literally were like, okay, we want her back. What's the play? Who do we trade? Because somebody said that she pleaded guilty so that now they can do like a prisoner swap thing.
Yeah.
Because we're at war times, right? Because the wife is like, please Biden, please Kamala, please do something. It's my loved one. Because yes, she's dealing with that. She's waking up every day without a partner. She's waking up every day thinking, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
When we've seen some very highlighted cases in recent years of people being arrested in countries that we have hostility with, and we've not knowing shit about it for years, getting little blurbs, and then we find out 5-6 years later that they're dead. They're not alive. Like they died. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's fucking crazy. But for us who are not sitting in that situation, who might be sitting in a different situation, you're saying, well, yeah, Biden gets super hot blooded with his dementia ass, and he gets over there and he starts talking crazy. What does that look like on a global scale? You know, because you have two leaders who might not be in a lucid state of mind, right? It's a nasty situation, bro. I'm putting prayers up for her. I hope she makes it home. I want her home. But I don't know. I don't know.
No, seriously.
No,
like I said, it's a problem in so many ways.
In my opinion, it's a cautionary tale to all of us who maybe get comfortable and complacent when we think we've made it to a point of, I know this is risky, but it's not gonna happen to me. Because we all do it in some way, shape, or form. We all maybe take that little extra drink, get behind the wheel. We all maybe put that little shit in the luggage when we go on a vacation.
It's more time.
We all maybe use that fake ID to get to wherever. You know, we all maybe not pay our taxes that year. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the posts on SportsCenter, like if SportsCenter will post like Brittney Griner has been in jail for so many nights. But if you look at the comment section, you see a lot of, she talked shit against America, now she wants to come back. From that side of people,
Caucasians.
Yes,
wait, my bad. I didn't mean to put that on you. I didn't mean to put that on you.
That's that us mentality.
No, but it's like I really. It's like
let me start talking.
There's enough comments like that for me to say, because I don't watch Fox News, right? But there's enough comments like that for me to think these commentators on Fox News are pushing that narrative, like. This, and I don't even remember Brittney Griner ever standing up and speaking. She's not like a vocal LeBron James who speaks up and says or Kaepernick. Yeah, she's not
speaks up and then maybe sometimes
can she?
No, she can, but nobody would care. Let's be honest.
Who's nobody? Like for
everybody who watches SportsCenter and watches SportsCenter for LeBron James.
You get a lot of comments like that on
just
the running joke. Listen, you're 22. You've been on Instagram and TikTok, right?
I know what you're talking about.
You know the running joke of niggas going up saying, "Hey, do you want $1? Do you want a ticket to courtside tickets to a WNBA game?" And the niggas go, "I'll just take the $1." Like that's the joke, unfortunately.
Listen. If you ever follow SportsCenter on Facebook or Instagram, and they post
this is from a nigga who doesn't even watch basketball. I watched the finals,
comments,
Game 7,
crazy.
Maybe. Like I can give you LeBron James, Michael Jordan, what's his name with the braids? Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, and Shaq. There you go.
So, like the demographic of the people that watch SportsCenter, do you think that has an impact?
Basketball is like the largest sport in America.
Right. I thought we were just talking about SportsCenter. My bad.
Well, yeah, but if you're watching SportsCenter, majority of them are probably there to watch basketball or football highlights.
Yeah, they're still talking about basketball.
Yeah, like hasn't Stephen A. Smith like made a career simply off of those two sports? Yeah, it's like. But even if you care about that world, like you. Like don't care, like you don't care about WNBA. Like it's like that's how unfortunately
I follow WNBA. It's
how minimized that sport is. Right. To give you a contrast, America doesn't give a fuck about football or soccer until the last 4 years. America probably cares more about the women's national team and the new women's EPL league versus the WNBA, who's been here for decades.
Right.
Yes. Factual.
Yeah. But again, the podcast is sending lots of positive energy, lots of prayers. We're highlighting the issue. I'm not really sure what else we can do. I would fucking hate to be in that situation. I would hate for my loved one to be in that situation. I can only imagine how much anxiety I would have every night, how much vitriol I would have for everybody who has power in the situation and is doing nothing to expedite the situation. I can only fucking imagine. And again, fuck, man, it sucks.
It does.
We're gonna keep going though. Next topic. This one is heavy on my heart because I was a big fan of this show. But Kazuki Takashi dies at 60. He was the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, the famous card game, second only probably to Pokemon in the States.
Yo, I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh except for Season 0.
You never saw that shit?
Do you know season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh?
I don't know what the fuck season 0.
It was like
Nigga.
really gory and shit.
No,
I'm just
the Yu-Gi-Oh that I know is this shit with that blonde nigga, right? He was wearing leather and he had that fucking pyramid chain. You know what Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah,
That was before your time.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh was after.
Oh, after.
Yeah. Like,
Yu-Gi-Oh, like the original Yu-Gi-Oh was my time.
When were you watching?
85.
It's your time.
85?
Yeah,
But like I was up on it. I forget why I was up on it too.
I wasn't too hit.
No, because I know you're not.
I didn't really
Because you're
like
cool.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
You cool.
But I mean, that's
Nah, you was Christian back
I
then.
had cards.
But for real, I mean, I guess I would say I'm the resident anime fan. Yes, you like anime. I don't really know what you do with anime.
I like anime.
But
Watch them all.
I'm like the actual,
Dabble.
I would say like, of the podcast, the nerd, bro. Like, I would go to Comic-Con.
I'd go to Comic Con.
Haven't found one yet.
So wait, is it in
Comic
that
Con
world?
goes to Richmond.
Yeah,
Goes to Richmond.
Fuck you guys. Look, bro, I get bitches. I don't know. What's up?
As a since we're all like disconnected from like the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere,
No,
how
I'm there.
impacted?
I'm there.
No, I'm talking about except for you.
You, right.
Yeah. How,
He's
like,
supposed
was
to
it a
be
huge impact in that
It
world?
was definitely no. So Yu-Gi-Oh is not my favorite manga. So like, if Horikoshi of the creator of One Piece dies, I would be like, holy. I probably would like. It probably would hit me like when Juice World X died. Like I was really like, I'm a fan of their art when they're at their peak.
Okay.
So like the day they passed, like it literally was like, damn, bro, like that shit like. Shit hit, like damn,
Right.
like because I remember the day Juice WRLD passed. Like my homie, because we were living together. He walks in and goes, "Yo, Juice WRLD died," and I'm like,
So
what?
within the
I
anime
literally just
community-
woke up. Yeah, in the anime community, like
It's pretty big.
everyone posted it. Who like if your FYP page on Instagram has anything of manga panels, whatever, you saw it and then you posted it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big.
No, it was big because like Yu-Gi-Oh again, like it's a car. It transcended
fucking
media because it was a cartoon that aired in America, like on TV, a Cartoon Network. It was a card game that was
like Pokemon.
second only to Pokemon, and then probably went neck and neck with Magic at times. And then it, in its inception, was a manga. Like it was huge in Japan. Like it's like you like I remember both watching it before I was in the anime, getting into anime, and then going to Shonen Jump and reading it because there's this whole arc in Yu-Gi-Oh where. Okay, so again, quick fucking synopsis of the show. If you've never watched it.
Here we go.
It's a card game, but basically the main character is possessed by a pharaoh from the past who the card game is based off of because in the past, in this universe, they actually had magical powers. There's a arc of the manga where they get shot into the past and like it's actual like monsters and shit. That's the manga that I jumped into, and that shit's pretty lit if anybody wants to like ever dive into it. But again, rest in peace to that guy. He created a fucking story that's gonna live on past him. I think that again is still some of the most dope shit that I've ever like been able. I can't conceptualize because I've never done it. Right with the podcast, conceptualize it a little bit because I get people who come up to me and go, "Bro, that episode was dope." Literally at 4th of July, I had a nigga come up to me and go, "Dude, I was listening to Juice WRLD episode." Of course, you know, I'm not gonna put that out there. That one put out there. We didn't say the name. They were fucking my friend, and they were like, and they were watching the podcast because they fucking my friend, and then they're like, "Oh, yo, like I was listening to the Juice WRLD episode." I'm like, dude, it's so fucking weird. But like, it's again, it's art that will. It lives beyond you. I can only imagine having millions of people love your shit, fucking live in your shit, cosplay your shit, and now when you're gone, like you people you've never met, people you've never heard of in different countries, speak a different language, are saying, "Rest in peace."
Yeah.
Like that's some shit that Kanye's trying to do, and when Kanye spoke about it at the time,
That's
I
a big
wasn't
deal.
able to conceptualize it. I still able to conceptualize
But now I've
it.
elevated.
But now I've elevated a little bit to be able to like see over the precipice
The higher
of
mindset.
what it is to be a god to some people, bro. And the lowest form of trying to explain it, like, bro, like this man created media that saved lives, probably. You know, some kid out there was like an incel, and then he found Yu-Gi-Oh. He was still an incel, but at least he didn't pick up a gun. You know what I'm saying? Oh fuck! All right, though. that is all the morbid shit that I have to talk about this episode, that I have the strength to talk about this episode. I don't really know if we missed, we probably missed a bunch of shit. We've been off for a week. We're gonna get into a music break real quick, and then we're gonna come back and shoot fire through some of the music that dropped, because y'all know how I love music. I think we'll do 2 songs, and then we'll talk about the music. We'll do health topic, which is just gonna be, did I tell you about my patient yet?
Which one?
I'm gonna tell you about that.
Health topic.
And then we'll go content of the week, 2 more songs, and we're done. All right. But real quick, one of the motherfuckers who dropped a
empty
bitch who dropped a new album. Let's go with no. Do we want to go 07 Shake? I'll let you decide, Tete.
No. We did 07 Shake the last time we potted.
We did?
Yes.
Oh, well, scratch her name out.
Yeah.
So should we keep it upbeat then? We're gonna go Burna Boy and Drake. New albums. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll play some shit from the first 2 that I really fucked with. We'll start with Drake, and then we'll end with Giveon. Burna Boy. Holy fucking shit. All right. We're gonna do a keeper from Drake's Honestly Nevermind album. I fucked with it. Here we go.
Okay. I found a new muse. That's bad news for you. Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep? I found a new muse. That's bad news for you. Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep? And I roll licks, I hit on my ones when I didn't have no friends to ride. Sticks on my dolls and I can't even lie to you. Got too much pride for you. Gotta stay safe in these streets. Streets don't play favorites though. I'm not afraid of it though. God is okay with me, so life for that shade that you throw. I've seen you take it low, limbo right under that hole. Fuck out my face. I found a new muse. That's bad news for you. Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep? I found a new muse. That's bad news for you. Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep you around? Why would I keep? Once is a lot of things, twice is a decision. Told me a lot of things, forced into submission. Got you Mercedes-Benz, if that don't make you driven, then what can I do for you? How can I make a difference? Friendship and loyalty, that's not what it's giving. Giving that, why would I keep you around? 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 Why would I keep?
Okay, that was Drake, A Keeper. The next song we're gonna be going into will be Burna Boy, Jagele. Let's get it.
Baby, me I no go live without you. Make you no go leave me solo. Me I see the go got my job. Oh, Jagele, my baby, jump on the my baby. Jagele, my baby. me like a kokoro, and I don't know what to say. And every time that you face me, I just don't know what to say. No, oh my sweetie, chocolate. I know say you go follow me, cause you don't finish the honey and do say balance it up and me. I know I say they do me, I don't know what say they do. Why do you want to decide me? Why you want on a bad man to move? You don't follow me shy, yo. You don't follow me shoko, and you don't mess up. You know it's true. Jagele, my baby, jump on my baby. Jagele, my baby. That's my mommy, no day. My baby, Jagele, my baby. Jump on my baby. Jagele, my baby. That's my daddy, no day.
We're back. And again, that was Drake, A Keeper, off of his new release from 2022, Honestly Nevermind, and Burna Boy from his, Jagele, from his new not quad, like what album is that for Burna Boy? 4? It's 4, right?
Number 4, I would say.
Shit. But either way, Love Damini. What's that mean? Oh, he's Nigerian.
Oh yeah, he's Nigerian, bro.
Dang.
I don't know. Oh, what that mean?
Yeah. So, my bad.
No, 6th album. Damn.
6th album. I've only been Burna Boy going for like the last 3.
Drake's albums? That's the 6th one?
No. This is Burna Boy. The last. So I don't know if you heard the song in between the two we played. The Jagele Tornado. That was Burna Boy. He's a Nigerian rap artist. Yeah. He's really good. If you haven't checked him out, check him out.
There are other.
But okay, so now what I want to get into is new music reviews. That's something that we do a lot on this podcast. Again, this is the Bullshit for Your Health podcast. Try to keep it balanced. We give a good health portion topic that kind of infuses our professional life, but then the rest of the podcast is bullshit, which is going to be politics, pop culture, anything we like to talk about. So music is a big thing in all of our lives, and I feel like everyone I have on the pod has a different type of music taste, which is nice because I feel like my music taste is eclectic, so I like to hear opinions. We're going to start with Drake though, and you are hot on the chord, punk, mic, I don't know what the fuck. You want to say what you got to say, so go ahead.
Yeah, nothing too serious.
Speak your facts.
As a professional light skin / caramel skin boy.
Hold up now.
Professional light skin?
Because it is the year of the dark skin.
I feel like Drake has definitely carved his way into the music industry. Whether you love him or you hate him, he is going to be there.
Yeah, you would be daft.
Regardless.
You would be daft if you didn't give the nigga props for what he's done professionally in the music industry.
I mean, is that a debate? Like, do we?
No, there's no debate. That's just a statement.
I didn't even. Yeah,
it's not even a hot topic. Like, it's
So off the two. So you've heard 2 tracks now. The last one we heard was Falling Back. It was wow. I just gave y'all a little peek behind the podcast if you didn't know. When the music stops playing, the niggas are doing something else. But and then you also heard A Keeper, which is my probably number 1 right now. The way I listen to albums nowadays. Because again, I'm gonna use Phil's phrase, music is so vapid, is I listen to it, get some shit that I like, I'll probably listen to that for a few days, and then I'll keep digesting the album, and then my top 3, top 5 changes for a little bit. So right now, A Keeper, the first song we played, is my top 1, and I just, like the lyrical content, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about women being his muse, and he's telling a girl that he found a new muse.
I mean,
he's gonna chill her for a bit. She's not the one, but she's just one of them. Flavor of the week, flavor of the month. And then also, the album itself is very. It's very. The album itself is very upbeat and vibey. Personally, well, am I getting into my review? Fuck it, yeah, I do this all the time. But personally, like, I like the album because it infuses that house, a little bit of, what do you call it? Not Afrobeat, but like that. Just you know, the vibe,
it's like
the balance.
It's a dance music album.
Yeah,
it's a club music album.
But because like throughout the album, it has different types of dance though. Like you have the Afrobeat influences, and you have like Jersey house, and then you have like
I think the overarching concept.
21 on it.
I want you to speak because this is what you do.
I think that it's the overarching concept of the album is that it's a club dance music record.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I basically said, so when it first came out, and this is so interesting because you yourself would say you were not a Drake listener, avid Drake listener prior to any of his music. Did y'all hear something?
Yeah. Oh, someone had a key.
Hold up. Okay, we're back. The spirits are high. We just had a new voice show up, but back into it. I agree, man. But I think like you being not an avid listener of Drake, but in the past, like this would be something that's more your speed. But for people who are avid Drake listeners, this was for some reason so foreign to him. What's the last album you listened to?
The last one that came out.
Actually,
I'm a Drake fan.
What was it called?
The one with all the babies on it.
The emojis and shit.
No, what was it called? Because listen, a true Drake fan. Yes, no. Listen. I am truthfully right now putting my foot down as a Drake fan and saying, if you don't know Certified Lover Boy, if you don't know your favorite track, if you don't know,
they called it CLB.
If you don't know your favorite Drake album,
you didn't ask
by
me
heart,
that question.
What's your favorite Drake album?
My favorite Drake album is gonna be the Dark Lane demos.
Oh, okay.
False. The only correct album that you can say is your favorite Drake album as a true Drake fan is Nothing Was the Same. Or if you want the regular answer, it's Take Care. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding with you.
He's not kidding. No, he's not kidding. Views is the best Drake album on the planet.
Views,
yes. I said Take Care. My personal is Nothing Was the Same.
Views was kind of like
my personal is Nothing Was the Same, but I do feel like for our generation,
Views changed.
Oh no, Views was fire.
I do
actually.
Look,
I take it back.
Nah, bro.
Listen,
we lost.
I'm done joking. I'm now speaking. I'm done joking. I'm speaking philosophy of Drake. All I'm saying is
philosophy of Drake.
I think Drake.
Top 5 Drake. That's what you sound like right now.
Drake makes music that is so emotionally believable that wherever you caught him, where he was talking about shit that really like made sense to your life, is the favorite album you have. So I think people who like were in there,
so you're a real Drake fan.
No, but for real, because a lot of people say Take Care is their favorite Drake album, and I think that's because Drake had some emotionally powerful anthems on there that like if you were going through friendship struggles, if you were going through levels of success, if you were going through different levels of like love, Take Care is your favorite album. For me personally, Nothing's the Same as my favorite album because that was my most tumultuous year where I feel like I really got a hold of what I was trying to do in this game we call life, right? All that to say, this new album for Drake was very polarizing for fans off the rip because if you were on the Twitter Spaces and Black Twitter when this album dropped, it was joke city, bro. Like everybody had something to say about this album, and it was
Black Twitter.
I used to be on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter anymore.
Reminiscent of Pimp a Butterfly.
I'm about to get back on Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
Hey.
I gotta follow.
Reminiscent of Kendrick Lamar's new album. Like the first thing that you heard was jokes.
No, Pimp a Butterfly was more polarizing than this new one, I'm sure.
But listen,
I don't remember that.
I would say it was less. I agree, but this album was less polarizing because the talk of the town wasn't that this album was good. The talk of the town was that this album was was shitty. Nobody was expecting to hear this from Drake, and I'll give
the reason why the album is so polarizing for black people is because I can speak.
We're talking about Drake
for the Drake album.
Okay.
Correct. The reason it's so polarizing is because a lot of black people haven't been introduced to dance music.
That is true.
You know, like people don't understand that. Like,
but I also disagree just for the shit of it. And here's why I'll disagree.
Why would you disagree?
Because if you're a Drake fan, if you're a Drake fan, Drake has shown you that he's been,
but not a full album. Hold on. Never a full album.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, all you've said is,
he put out a dance record.
I'm saying if you're a Drake fan, you're not just a black American who listens to rap and hip hop. You're a Drake fan.
Well, you were talking about Black Twitter.
I know. I'm changing the confines of the conversation. Keep up, baby. Okay. But what I'm saying is this.
Keep up, baby.
What I'm saying is this. It's like, yes, let's go into Drake fans. Because what I'm saying and what I've been saying from the beginning is it's not polarizing for Drake fans. It's not polarizing for Black Twitter. Yeah. When this album dropped, it was, what the fuck is this hot piece of garbage that Aubrey Graham just shoved down our fucking throats? And listen,
but that's just,
I agree, because it's
cultural norm. Listen, I'm
not disagreeing, buddy. Let me take off. Keep going. Let me take off. What I'm saying is this.
Get to your point.
I find it funny that people were so surprised by this, because if we look at Drake's views, two of his highest charting songs, Controller, One Dance, had dance influences.
But those were crossover songs.
When you look at his next album,
Europeans were listening to them.
But
that's why they were the highest grossing songs.
Regardless of it being crossover,
we gotta keep the voice alive.
Regardless if you're being crossover, if you're a Drake fan, you heard the songs. If you go to his next album, More Life, more than half of that album was dance influence. The first fucking 6 songs could fit on this album.
The playlist, right?
Huh?
The playlist?
They called it a playlist because it didn't do what it was. What is it?
It's fucking. What is that shit? Was that single called?
Scat.
Where he had. I'm thinking more off that album, Madarim, and also Get Back Together with Judge Smith. Get back together.
I thought that was a dance record.
But listen. So all I'm saying is, if you're a Drake fan, or if you're in the sphere of Black Twitter, so you have to hear Drake, you already know this is him. So that was my first reaction. Pause. That was my first reaction. Is like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? First off, this man has no pause. Yes, I know. Even off of the last album, he had one of those things. But what I'll say is this: what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all weren't expecting this. Drake has already shown you he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And the fact that he gave you an album this year already, like it wasn't last year, right? CCLB was this year. Fact check that.
No, that was last year.
It was last year? Okay, whatever.
2021, yeah.
But it hasn't been a year since it's dropped, so my point still stands. But what I'll say is,
we gotta look at that.
He already gave you an album where he gave you that rap shit.
Yeah.
He's already showed you that he doesn't just do rap shit. So if he's giving you an album so quickly, which Drake does give you more music quicker than other artists, but that he's done it so quickly, why are you so surprised that it's something off the wall? That's my first thing.
Has not been a year.
My second take after hearing the fucking album, and me, somebody who is very in touch with his wind, his hips are mobile, okay? Okay, I've been to Ghana, I've been to West Africa, all right? I'm loving it. I'm like, whoa, you guys didn't like this? Like, I listened to this album at work, guys. I'm not even like at home, mood set. I'm trying to save lives, and in my ear, all I can hear is, and I'm sitting at work like, shit! I can't wait to get on the beach. You know, I can't wait to get on the fucking boat. Like, I understand where this nigga is coming from, bro.
It was good.
It was good. No, I very much enjoyed it, bro. Like, I think if you don't enjoy this album, you, again, like I always say, like, you don't get music, bro. It's not
that's a harsh judgment.
Okay, you're right.
You cannot enjoy the album and just not enjoy the album.
But listen. Let me be politically incorrect. Let me be incorrect for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and say you don't get music because you don't understand that not all music is supposed to be listened to in certain settings, bro. If you have been on the beach with a bitch you like. I'm not even gonna go as extreme and say with 5 bitches, like I said on my Instagram story. If you've been on a beach with a bitch you like, if you've been on a boat, a yacht with your girl, or with girls you like, if you've been in any pool party, right, where there are scantily clad females, you understand bitches aren't trying to hear Moneybagg Yo. Bitches aren't trying to hear Juicy J. Now I'm not saying they won't listen to it, but when a bitch is coming, pause. But be honest. We might have to take a poll. Be honest.
We might have to take a poll. Yeah,
we can take a poll, but be honest.
Even the classiest
the DJ is going to get in this summer I would think multiple women who's gonna come up and say, play that new Beyonce, play that new Drake, because it's a vibe that they want to see. They want to be drinking fucking what do you call them? Tequila sunrises and margaritas.
This is the thing though. We're speaking for women. We need a woman on the podcast to tell us if they'd rather hear Juicy J or Drake's new album.
Let's go.
That's what we need.
That's the problem. Fuck that. Let me give it to you from a nigga who's curated music with bitches on the boat and what's got them moving. And when you play some Afro beats or you play some dance music, that's what's gonna get them jumping. If you play Moneybagg Yo, I'm not saying this shit's not gonna rock. But what I'm saying is you trying to get into some pants.
I bet you I could play Juicy J at a pool party. And
Juicy J was a bad comparison. I'm not gonna lie. I should have said Kevin Gates. I should have said Kevin Gates. Okay, Juicy J has some bangers. But you get what I'm saying. It's like there's a space and time. Nigga, when you was in Cabo with me, and we had that fucking our group going, and then the group across where it was one bachelor nigga and 5 white bitches, and he was having them drive the boat. What do you think they wanted to hear? What do you think they wanted to hear this summer?
Drake.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is
that's them though.
If you out there in the stratosphere and you don't see where this music fits.
So that's why black people want it, because again, black people aren't on driving the speed.
Yeah, you can black women. I'm gonna throw some Juicy J in there.
So you have some
black Americans, because black people across the world are loving this shit.
Listen to me. My
niggas that I hang out
store
with
is majority techno music, so I know.
No, I feel you, bro.
I know the demographic. I understand demographics of people. And what they buy.
My shit to you,
but. All I'm saying is that this record is for the club. This is for dance. It is.
Yes, I agree.
You don't understand it.
You don't understand.
It's for a reason. He didn't make it for black people. He just made it for people that are in the club.
Yeah.
Period.
Bro. Listen.
He's making it but he is making it for black people. Because he's making it for West.
Listen.
West Africa's.
You said it already. If you understand, you understand. If you don't understand,
period.
Honestly,
and we can
never mind.
I think that.
All right, that was it. We're gonna move on to the next album, because if you got that, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. Okay, so oh shit, party foul. Okay. Burna Boy. Burna Boy himself dropped a new album. We heard. Hey, side conversation.
I'm trying to sell him that I haven't listened to all of the album yet.
Because when you can get it all picked up. Burna Boy, next album. Burna Boy dropped his 6th studio album. Have you guys heard it? Other than the song we just played?
I haven't listened. Yeah.
You need to listen to it. Tete, did you hear it?
I heard it.
What'd you think?
So this album was a bit of a surprise to me. I didn't know he had a project.
Me either. I had no idea. He hasn't been doing any promo. He's been off in Nigeria, tucked away.
I don't know, man. Burna Boy be random, but man, African Giant is still my favorite.
Bro, but listen, did this not, the opener to this song Glory, did it not give you that African Giant opener feel? Because I feel like
the legendary Lady Smith and Black Mo. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like the last album, the opening track wasn't hitting like it was hitting.
The last album he didn't. I think he under. Actually, no. When I initially heard the last album, I thought he undersold it, but through the year, I realized that it's actually an actual good album.
It's not bad. No. Don't get me wrong. I don't think his last album.
But if you're talking about the intro track, yeah, Glory is a great intro track. It's
yeah. I feel like, but like it gave me the same feeling that I got when I was listening to African Giant. And African Giant is the first fucking single to come on, and literally it gives you this feeling of being black and just a king.
Is your Bluetooth on right now?
Yeah. But my nigga, we potted. We will end this. And
Lady
we will
Smith
introduce
and Black Mambazo on this.
I just have to get one honorable
on this podcast,
mention.
and will be epic too. Like they made that.
That was his.
He made that.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still on the ship, bro.
He said, I'm the captain.
Yeah, nigga.
It ain't cool.
We can definitely highlight some music at the end, but right now we're just gonna get through these reviews and get back. We're at an hour 30 in.
I'm trying to listen to Blue Bucks Clan. Are you familiar with it? Honorable mention, Blue Bucks Clan.
They released a new album this year?
I mean, they've been dropping a lot of music, actually. They might be one of the most productive.
Did they release a new album this year?
2021, they did one in 2022.
All right, we're back. So, Burna Boy, we liked it, didn't like it, check it out. Actually, we liked it.
We liked it.
We liked it. I think it was cool because it was kind of like a roller coaster, like he said. Like, you go up, you go through a little vibe, and then you go through a very quick...
And it was a surprise.
Yeah, no, like I saw it through Instagram. I didn't know he was coming out with it. So cool.
Yeah.
So one more time. Yeah, but that's good. So check out Burna Boy, the next album that I got queued up. Did you hear? So I was telling you, Kid Cudi dropped a new album, and it's basically a compilation tape of. I'm not sure if it was him, his label, but all his like huge songs. So Day and Night, from his. Man on the Moon to all the way to his newest Animal 3, where he talks about but he has sad people on there from that. And then there's one track though at the end that I've never heard called Love, and I think it's a new song, and I'm gonna play it at the end because I actually really fuck with its message. The sound was saging the house yesterday, and I played this song, and I feel like it fit everything I needed. But that's that. I don't think anybody heard it. But you guys have definitely heard the songs on the album. Like he's looking through it, I can pass it around. Like it's literally all of his like charting, culturally cool music.
His relevant music.
Lastly, we already talked about 070 Shake last episode, right? Did we talk about it or we just play it?
We played it. I think you talked about it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk about it again because she's a fucking...
She's good.
Generational talent. Check her out. Dope album. It's very synthy. It's very ethereal. Certain songs give me a beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy vibe. Just like some of the production. Some of the production. Okay. Not like the whole album. Nothing like that.
I'm just saying. That's a big thing.
But we'll move on. My last two albums I got. Did anybody hear Giveon's new album?
No.
Do y'all fuck with Giveon? You kind.
I mean, if he comes on, I like him.
All right.
But I don't go out my way to seek him.
Okay. Well, Giveon dropped a new album, and it was good. It wasn't as good as his inaugural tape. I think it flowed a little differently, but it definitely has some high moments. Lost Me is a song that I've heard so far that's pretty good. But that's that. And then an album that I didn't hear but came out, and I just want to highlight because I think it's interesting because I've heard a lot of discussion about it coming out and people not talking about it. But Chris Brown dropped an album. It was another like 40 track, 25, 30 track album. Yeah.
He dropped trash.
I've heard from a fraternity brother that it was good.
Some expensive ass.
I heard about it. I mean, it was fucking good, but it just, I didn't fucking, listen to it. Chris Brown is an artist that I think has healed from his trauma in the sense that I don't remember him beating on another woman in like 10 years. So I still listen to his music. I have this thing that I've told people where it's like, if you commit violence against women, for me, that's my cutoff. It's not even a conscious thing. You just tend to fall off of my like Serato. Like when R. Kelly, and it normally happens when like, I stole it from Joe Budden podcast, but it normally happens when they get convicted. Like the second R. Kelly got convicted, bro, and even before that, when he was like really getting in trouble on a world-renowned scale. I don't know, it just kind of fell off my playlist. And for real, it's like, because you know everyone has their artists, like Little Prince, whatever. R. Kelly was mine. Like that was how I solidified my black card at the cookout. It was like, what should play? Play that! You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, like I gotta go back even further. Like play that new edition, or you know, play the fucking who's the fucking band my grandfather likes? Did you
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
No, not Earth, Wind, and Fire. Fuck you. It don't matter. But either way, did anybody listen to it? The album, Chris Brown's album?
No.
40 tracks? I ain't got the time for that.
Yeah. Did you listen to any? Have you listened to any?
Actually, I heard there was a controversy. Like, didn't he say something about the sales and the fact that
that's what I'm saying. No,
he didn't get any?
Not yet. It's not getting proper.
Yeah. It was not a good opening.
Not circulating.
It was not a good opening.
Yeah, but that's.
What's the statute of limitations on domestic violence?
I don't think that's it with him though. I don't even know.
So what do you think it is?
It's marketing. Drake is everywhere. Chris Brown is not.
Yeah, I think it's just
simple.
But is that marketing? Like,
well, is
that self-marketing?
Like post, he's like capitalism has done all that they could do with him. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
No, because he's not exactly canceled.
Like,
people like Chris Brown.
Technically canceled. He just fell off because like he's no longer profitable in a sense.
I mean, he's still making quality music.
He's making quality music, correct?
Yeah.
But they're not gonna spend money on advertising
it's not gonna.
It's not a priority.
Stay lit.
Right.
No, it's gonna stay lit.
The only thing that will get him back aboard is if he does something even more polarized.
But Chris Brown, no, because Chris Brown has sold. Like this last album didn't sell well or didn't make noise. But when you go back to his, what year was that? 2007, 2018, Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
Yeah.
Bro, he had like seven fucking singles. I mean, he had that single with Future. He had the single with Yo Gotti. Just Gonna Change Your Life. Like he was everywhere. So I don't even know if it's the capitalistic society. Like I think it's more personal marketing. Chris Brown seems like he's ducked off, not really doing a lot to stay in the public eye, which is positive probably from like a personal standpoint. But I don't know if it's like because I feel like the media could still make money off of him. Like they're not going to.
Yeah, nobody's.
But who's checking for Chris?
Yeah, who wants to put? Imagine you have like a soda company, right? And you have a list of artists on there. Would you rather choose Drake?
You don't need
Chris Brown.
You don't know.
Okay, but so sell albums. You're right, but Drake is so Drake is top tier.
Right. It was
if you're gonna live mid tier, low tier.
Okay, well,
got that from
let's
Ghana.
say Meek Mill or Chris Brown.
Ghana?
That goes about it, bro.
Meek Mill or Chris Brown? Wow.
Meek Mill
to market your soda company.
To market whatever you're marketing.
Neither. But no, but that no, you would get Billie Eilish. But like what I'm telling you is this: nobody like that's not how you're selling records right now. Like
That's true. It was arbitrary. It's TikTok.
It's TikTok, yeah. But Chris Brown would do well on TikTok. I just don't think Chris Brown
dances and shit.
No.
Early 2000s.
He's a dancer. What I'm saying is, I think the marketing
a dance a week.
Yeah,
come up with a dance a week.
I personally think the marketing is coming from Chris Brown. Like, Chris Brown's like, yo, I'm not gonna do all this fugazi shit, and then he's not gonna sell.
I mean, he's living a comfortable life. He's making. I mean, the length of his albums alone should tell you that he's all about the music now. Like, you don't put out that much music all on one album if you're not prolific, right?
You did 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. So he's prolific. Like, he's writing music. Okay.
No.
I wouldn't say he's writing music, but he's performing songs and he's doing work.
You really gotta stop slamming because I don't want this shit to fucking disconnect again. But what I'm saying is this: 3 years ago, you produced all that music because in the inception of the streaming era, it was the more you put out, the higher your streams, the better it looked. It is not the same in 2022. Like, people are putting out more condensed albums, 18, 16, 12 songs, and still getting either mass streams or like look at a Pink Pantherist, for example, who puts out a 12-song EP and on a community level is spoken about. Chris Brown's shit's not being spoken about on a community level or on like a charts level, and I think that solely has to do with Chris Brown because he's still using outdated marketing tactics, which is I'm gonna put out a lot of music. And then he's not using new marketing tactics, which is for these kids who his attention span is shorter than an IG, is shorter than a YouTube. Yeah. It is now a fucking 14-second clip that it doesn't matter who started it, right? All these TikTok trends, it doesn't matter who started it, it's who's in front of me right now doing it, right? So Chris Brown fucking did the, he got a wristband? Please tell me y'all saw that. No? Did you see that? What the fuck? He said, I think so. That's some TikTok shit. It's like this black kid who goes around like, you got a wristband type shit. He might have sold more. Maybe he might have got more attention on his album.
My question is, what would Chris Brown do on TikTok that would?
He would dance.
The problem is
TikTok's main thing is dancing.
It's Chris Brown.
That's like Chris
Brown is 30. Chris Brown is 33.
You have mothers of 4 on TikTok doing these dances.
But Chris Brown doesn't.
There was just a black Twitter shit where Usher was doing this.
I know, but that's
yeah, but he literally could have been
like, I'm dropping my album.
Usher didn't make that. He didn't do that for that.
I know, but it went viral and people are doing
because
it on TikTok.
Because he was performing like normal.
But no. But you're misconstruing. Usher didn't drop new music and it's not trying to go viral on TikTok. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if Chris Brown wanted to go viral and get more marketing for his album, he probably should have done that. But instead, all Chris Brown did was drop a massively bloated album.
I think rightfully so. Chris Brown is looking at his peers, like Drake, who he's actually been in the industry longer than Drake. Drake doesn't have to do that. So why the fuck should I? I'm Chris Brown.
Unfortunately, Chris Brown, because you're not Drake.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I'm at an age where that doesn't appeal to me. I'm not gonna do that.
I agree, but so I think we're saying the same thing, which is he just has himself to blame.
He's good. No, I think he's good where he's at. That's where I'm at. I think he's good where he's at.
Why is he bitching about it then?
Because he feels like if
you get what you're at, you're not bitching
he's like
about
a Wale. He's like a Wale.
Yeah, but we're just saying. Okay, let me say something. What I'm saying is, if you're truthfully cool with it, don't say shit because it's only going to make it look like
he feels like we should recognize his efforts more than we do.
Like OG.
Yeah, exactly. He deserves more respect.
But a true OG, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa is dropping music and it's doing buns, but they're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking Wiz Khalifa. I'm fucking Snoop Dogg. I'm gonna go viral by doing MMA in my fucking
Those guys have respect. Chris Brown doesn't
because they're not bitching.
Chris Brown.
Yeah,
they're not bitching.
What we're talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't have that respect. So
it's Chris Brown. What is Chris Brown about to do on TikTok right now?
Nothing.
No. I'm confused. I thought we're talking two different arguments. Are you saying?
No, I'm agreeing with you. However,
I've already told you what Chris Brown would do on TikTok if he wanted to be viral, which I think
it's not possible.
I think it is possible. Wait. So
unless he does something as polarizing as what he did before.
So are you saying that an artist of Chris Brown's caliber can't go viral, or that because Chris Brown beat a woman in the past, he can't go viral?
I think the latter.
Okay.
I think the latter.
Okay, because you put it in woman in past.
Bro, yeah.
To me, that's a different argument.
I think you're giving America more credit.
Yeah. I think
in domestic violence.
Okay.
I think what I'm saying is he's saying something different, because I think what you're saying is Chris Brown looks at himself like an OG. Fuck all the Rihanna beating shit. I've recovered from that,
right?
To the point where I should be looked at like my contemporary Drake, not have to do some fugazi shit, like do a dance on TikTok.
That's right.
And I should sell 200,000. And what I'm saying is he could feel like that.
But
that's not the reality. And he feels some type of way about that because he's fucking bitching about it. And again, it's gonna make him look like Wale, who was like, bro, your career is fucking dope, but if you keep fucking bitching, we're gonna start to look at it as less dope.
Yeah.
You put out your music. Some people heard it. Some people did it. Go back to your mansion and live life, bro. Like, you got a life that's better than a lot of niggas, bro. And a lot of niggas still fucking love you. You know where you should go, Chris Brown? If you want to get that adulation? Essence Fest, my nigga. Go pull up to New Orleans, get on that stage, and give them, yo, excuse me, miss. And you will have bitches throwing their panties. They might be 33.
Hey, bro,
you know, but hey,
you are right for telling me that I give America too much credit.
Yeah, for sure.
That is definitely
because domestic violence against a black woman. You think America is still holding that against Chris Brown? Absolutely not.
Shout out to our black queens.
Yeah,
y'all don't get the
I
protection.
don't have that much
y'all deserve or need. Boom. All right, but that's my music review. We are going to get into the health topic, content of the week, and we done ski after 2 songs. So Tete, this is kind of just for you. I actually want to. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
We both work in a healthcare setting. Drew actually wants to work in the healthcare setting.
Nice.
I do.
This is more of like a anecdotal as well as a question and just kind of like a update on my shit because we haven't talked about it. I'll share it with the pod because it was very like tough on me. Before I left St. Mary's, it was my second to last shift because of what happened. That I had a pretty crazy incident. Have you ever lost a patient and you didn't expect to lose them? And how did it make you feel? If so, if not,
Yeah, I've had that happen more than enough times.
When was the first time that it happened? Because I'm gonna guess it wasn't the first one or the first patient you lost. It came a little bit into your career.
No, it wasn't the first patient I lost, but what you're saying, a patient that you don't expect to lose.
The first death that like hit you
out
you were
of
like,
nowhere.
what the fuck was
Just
that?
happened. Yeah, that would be maybe my third year in the ER.
Okay.
And
Because you didn't start ER.
No, I started med surg.
Yeah. How long did you do med surg?
2 years. And med surg is like general floor.
This is 4 years into your nursing career.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. ER, and I had a pediatric patient, 2-year-old, whose mom just brought her in because she was sick, throwing up. We instantly recognized that this child is not well. Like, she has a really bad history anyway, where she's just not a healthy child in general. But she was breathing really fast. She was struggling. She looked really pale. But we didn't, expect things to go south as quickly as they did.
Because you've seen something like that before.
Yeah.
Well, in a sense. In a sense, yeah.
Yeah. So things went south. We coded this child, and we brought the child back, and everything was fine. We were going to get the chopper crew to come fly her to VCU. And then we just hear mom yelling, help, help, help. I gave her a sip of water, and now she's choking. So after that incident...
put the J out.
No, after that incident, then the child went unconscious, and we coded for another hour and a half with the chopper crew there helping us, and we just couldn't get her back. And it was extremely traumatizing,
Well, we find it. Let me hit that shit. No, I feel you.
Yeah, that's when I realized that.
That's a very insightful experience.
That's when I realized that healthcare workers, we don't have any sort of support.
Mentally? In the mental health?
There's no mental support because I was expected now to wrap that situation up and go back to taking care of my patients. There's no period to where you're just like, wow, like I just
do they give you?
2-year-old,
excuse my ignorance, but do they give you insurance for like mental therapists or anything like that?
Yeah. They'll give you insurance, and our manager at that time actually did a good job where she brought in someone to help talk, like a counselor, to help talk about that particular situation because it was, you lost a child. Somebody was a kid.
So it's like a case by case basis.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen all the time.
No.
Because other times that's happened. Again, I told you, this has happened multiple times. You just have to go back to taking care of patients because there are people who are alive that need you, and it's just like you just jump right back in it, and that's it.
Bro,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Not even that's crazy for me on my end, but I can definitely empathize. If I'm saying that right, not sympathize. I can empathize with you at this point because I didn't tell you just yet. I think we like messaged about it. I was like, yeah, but I had a crazy fucking shit. Like, I don't talk to you about
the details.
But I had my first death, and it hit like it was a different world. Like I'm not even like thinking about it now. It makes me like get a little shaken up. But I was on shift, so like I'm not charged this day. I'm basically a staff nurse because for some reason it doesn't matter. I'm a staff nurse in the back. normal shit, whatever, 4 patients, cool.
Yeah.
Get the patient in, 30 years old, no, 28 or 30 years old, nausea, vomiting, no abdominal pain. I got a stroke, but it's level 2, not on any type of crazy meds. I have another patient who is a cardiac patient, a little bit more, I think, severe, but whatever. And then I got like, I think something else going on. So I'm busy, but I'm not like super swamped. But at the same time, when the patient comes in, I feel like they're on the 3 or 4 priority level, right? You know what I'm saying? Coming to find out the whole story, they were at another hospital in their waiting room for 5 hours, went home, took too long. So I'm like, okay, so you clearly are maybe not as sick as it turned out to be, I'm guessing. But basically, get home, they say they pass out, and then they call 911 when they come to the ER. Now, the pass out is subjective because it's the partner that's saying anything about it, you know what I'm saying? So we're like, whatever. Long story, less long. We go through 6 hours where they get Toradol, Zofran, fluids, and...
So Toradol is a pain med, similar to Motrin.
Or ibuprofen. Zofran's basically nausea medication, and it's so clinically safe that like you can give it to pregnant women. Fluids are literally just isotonic or a solution that's similar to basically salt water, yeah, but like not salt water in the sense that like you drink it in the sea and you become dehydrated.
Electrolytes.
Let's think of it as super Gatorade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
Super serum.
0.5 milligram of Ativan, and I'll tell you why the Ativan.
What is Ativan?
Ativan is actually a benzo, so it's similar to Xanax. We give it a lot of times in issues of not just behavioral, but
like
if you have a seizure or something like that, right?
Minimize the brain activity.
So, long story short, we're there for 5 or 6 hours, and this is 5 or 6 hours where like I've gone in, checked, medicated, vitals are fine. His pressure was slightly soft, but no fever. We do blood cultures because just in case it's septic, lactic's normal, whatever, right? They're also a very skinny person, so I'm like, your blood pressure could be soft because of that. It's not 70 over 40. It's like 90 over 64. So the map's still above 65.
Yeah, it's fine.
Basically, what I'm painting the picture of is that this person is generally healthy. Like I could be looking at myself in the bed right now, right? Gets to a point where the patient, who's already a little bit agitated, but not agitated in the sense that something's wrong, agitated in the sense that I want to be comfortable and I'm not comfortable yet, right? So we're checking on him, doing what we can, blah, blah, blah. Gets more and more agitated. At this point, I've already called the doctor down to see admitted. The ER doc, actually, this patient looks so good. The ER doc, the plan was we're going to discharge and send home, right?
Yeah.
The ER doc's like, should we scan the belly? I'm like, let's do it.
He didn't have any belly pain?
He didn't have any belly pain.
Okay.
No belly pain, just nausea, vomiting, right? Okay. So they're like, should we risk radiating to scan the belly? He's got no rebound tenderness, no tenderness, no whatever.
Why was he not comfortable if he didn't have any pain?
Exactly. Like what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And the patient is like, I'm not comfortable. I'm not in pain. I'm just nauseous. Like, so what's going on?
Yeah.
So at this point, you're thinking it could be a little bit more behavioral. Like, there are some physicians, you get to this point, they'll go, Haldol, which is an antipsychotic, and it helps
with nausea.
But this isn't what we do. The physician I'm working with goes a more cautionary route. Let's scan them. Let's make sure. No, we haven't given benzos yet. Okay. This is literally all they got: Toradol, nausea, fluids. Let's scan the belly. Let's make sure there's nothing perforated, bleeding, broken.
Yeah.
Scan's fine. Everything's good. Lab work. Creatinine's a little high, so she goes, cool. Reason to admit.
Creatinine is a level that
kidney function.
Okay.
Cool. Something to admit you with. So we're not sending you home. We're keeping you here. Floor doctor comes down
for acute kidney injury.
Acute kidney injury.
Okay.
Boom. Seeing you, talking to you. At this point, the only other shit is that they were slightly tacky too. Like 110, right?
And the fluid was supposed to help that.
The fluid was supposed to help that. The fluid was also supposed to help the pressure. At this point, doctor comes and sees him. We're 5, 6 hours in. Patient starts getting tacky. 130s. I'm in there like, yo, talking to him. What's going on? Are you in pain? Like, where are you in pain at? I'm not in pain. what the fuck's going on? So I know the physician, by the way. Run over to him in his office, like, hey, this is how it be. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't the hospitalist.
The hospitals, yes. Like the way they worked at this hospital, they had this little room that you could like find them and go to. So
wait, is this your travel assignment or is this?
No. This is at like the home front.
Okay, sure.
So I go talk to him. Hey, this is what's going on. You know, you just came and saw him. This is where the vitals are. But I don't know what's going on. I think maybe a little bit of Ativan fluids, calm him down. I don't want his heart rate super up.
Okay.
And there's nothing clinically like wrong with him at this point, right? So just like cool. So get the Ativan, goes again. He's still agitated, you know, and now he's kicking up in the heart rate, like 150s, 160s. So, so I'm on the phone. Yo, bro, get over here. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Is this a heart issue?
EKG was fine. Normal sinus rhythm when you first sinus tach when he first came in. Physician comes down, talking to him. What's going on? I don't know. My body feels numb. Okay. Are you in pain? No. Physician, let's get EKG. Go to get EKG. In the span of trying to hook him up, because at this point he's rolling on the fucking bed, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? And at this point, it's me, the doctor, another nurse in the room. We're trying to roll him to get the EKGs on. Then he starts getting tacky in his mucous membranes, right? And the partner's in the room. I'm like, he's like, what? Of course he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, honestly, I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm like, we're trying to figure it out, right? And the doctor's there too. He starts getting a little foamy, and now I'm like, and at this point, it's not the Ativan because it's already been over 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's not an allergic reaction.
Only 0.5.
And it's only 0.5 Ativan. And so then I'm like, yo, so then he gets what are you talking about? Like his neck, not his neck.
Muscle rigidity.
Yeah, muscle rigidity. So at this point, the doctor's like, yo, we got to intubate. We are there. And literally intubate. He goes pulseless, codes. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm in the span of the, like, cause like we had the CMAC right in the hallway. In the span of them trying to like get his mouth open and start like to intubate. Fucking, he goes pulseless. So we're right there on the code button. And then literally, bro.
Did they get his labs back? His potassium high?
Did you get his toxicology?
Yeah, no, I told you we got his labs back. That's why we got his AKI beforehand.
Oh,
he didn't have his CMP regardless of that was fucking normal, bro.
But toxicology, right?
Yeah, so you guys did a toxicology screen before and after? Or?
No, so listen, at that point, okay, that's the point. Yeah, so because he came in nausea, vomiting, and also in the span of the time, like we hadn't gotten a urine sample yet, right? And so the doctor had come in the room, was like, yo, like, because the part where like I had called the homie in the room and he was like 150s, 160s, like, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And the physician's like, yo, is there another piece we're missing? Like, he's like talking to the boyfriend, like, what the fuck else happened? Like, and the boyfriend's like, no. So they're saying it's not drugs, it's not whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Did you check for it?
Did you guys do
No, listen. So it's an ME case.
It's an ME case. It has to be. Yeah, he's 30 years old.
Yeah. But I'm talking because I really want to figure it out, right? But listen, code him this code lasted from 6 to like 8.
Yeah.
But
they
basically
extra hard when they were talking to you.
But listen, like they get it. We get him back, right? Mm-hmm. He Brady's down again, and it was one. So when I tell y'all how stressful this is my fucking patient who came in here, and I'm not worried. Like people are always like, yo, you guys are so worried about your license and your money, and no, motherfucker. Like I talked to this motherfucker. Like I have an emotional connection with this person. Talk to his fucking significant other. Like I'm like, yo. So everyone like not everyone, but like, you know, the physicians, because I'm telling you, like it became such a difficult intubation. They called the anesthesiologist down, and this is a place where like I know these people I work with, they're good at what they fucking do. But they had all left the room for a second, and I'm in there like, no, and get him back. Like 5 minutes later, he starts braiding down again. I mean, we're right there with atropine, right there with an epi-drip, right there with everything, and the day team comes in for a second opinion. They're like, how long has it been? And they call that shit, bro. And I started crying. Like that shit. The only like way I can describe it is when I went to go look at the significant other because the doctor hadn't left the room yet. I went because I needed to go and compose myself, but was stopped by the significant other, and it's me and my charge nurse. Because at that point, when I told them this shit like this happens, it's the entire department, the supervisors, doctors from different floors are there. So it's a commotion, you know what I'm saying? So either way, I'm the first one with the significant other, and they're looking at me and they're like, what the fuck happened? And this was one of those cases where when he first went down, the charge tried to move the significant other completely out the room to the quiet room. Yeah. And I was like,
you can't do that.
I said, let him sit there. He needs to see this. You know what I'm saying? Because they say, if you see them do everything they can do, it helps you process it better.
Right.
And then when I just tell you the way I felt for this person is I want you to know I know and can empathize with everything that you're thinking except for this moment because I am you. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that can make you feel better is even though you know, because this is the thing. When I said chart audit, it was more so I'll tell you what happened after the day, but it's more come in, let's make sure you're safe, you know what I'm saying? But it was nobody knows. Nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? And but because of that, because in my heart of hearts, I know I didn't it's not like I gave you something in your shit to make you do this. I know I didn't do it, but at the end of the day, all I want from you is to just hit me. In that moment I was yo, I'm red-eyed. I'm trying to keep myself composed for him, and because also it's not my job. The first one that you want to for any person when something like this happens, you don't want to hear from the nurse. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to hold you, help hug you, to cry with you. But the person who doesn't work in this field is looking for is the doctor. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here first. And what am I gonna do? Go? The doctor will talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking, and all I can think of is, yo, beat the shit out of me, bro. I don't know. So super tough to fucking process.
Did you feel guilt?
Yeah. No, you get but it's a weird guilt. It's because in the moment you're doing everything. It's not I left him alone in the room for 7 hours. Every time the partner came out and was what I would have thought if this hadn't happened, histrionic, I'm in there hey, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's in my job description, I did everything I was supposed to do. And listen, I'm gonna say this now, and it's not to sound braggadocious, it's not to sound narcissistic. I don't hope it doesn't, but this is something I also need to say. I'm damn good at what I fucking do.
You gotta be real.
You know what I'm saying? It's I take pride in what I fucking do.
Hell yeah. Every
fucking patient that has died in our field, and this is also the thing, is life is so fucking precious. We can compartmentalize it because we don't deal with it on a daily basis, but this is shit. People are dying every second. You know what I'm saying? That to say, it's you might know, okay, that was an issue. They've had congestive heart failure and injection fracture of 25, and they're 75, and they still smoke, and we could probably tell you what organ system failed first to get to this point. I can conceptualize that. With this, I can't conceptualize it with anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And being damn good at what I fucking do, this is what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I literally, bro, had to go home and I was fucked up. I don't think I talked to anybody. I talked on the job site I did. I think something told me just I reached out to Shadi, reached out to Donica, I think reached out to you, and just something happened. Yeah. I gotta talk at some point, but I'm processing right now. I took the whole day. I went to the gym the next day because I normally go to the gym before work. I literally halfway through the workout just sat on a fucking, box jump thing. And then at that point, my director called me not in a sense of hey, we gotta go over this paperwork, but hey, where you at right now? You okay? We got a service, as you were saying, of people we talk to. We need you to talk to.
Yeah.
Woo. And then when that, and like that was heartfelt. And when that was done, it was, yo, but then we also need you to come in and we're going to go over this chart because the family, as you should, be vigilant. They were like, we're going to get our lawyers to look at this. Please. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's figure it out. But that was the second half of the conversation, which is like, they do like, my advice to all nurses is that you should have your own private insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like you have private medical, what do you call it? Malpractice insurance, but then you also have like insurance that's covered by the hospital. But not every nurse is in a system where their coworker might look at them as family. And then just like family, there's times when, hey bro, to save the body, we're gonna cut the hand. You know what I'm saying? And even if the hand didn't do nothing wrong, because the brain was what told the hand to do what it do. That was deep, if y'all niggas got that. But back to this part, it's like,
okay,
this hospital is more like a family to me, and they wanted to protect. Get there that day, and I'm supposed to actually go back to work the next day. Be fucking charge nurse at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm in the fucking, I'm in the room, and we're going over the chart, and like, you know, again, the person I'm going over with is just consoling me, and like, yeah, like, you did this, when you did this, did you this, I just want to get, she's like, yeah, like, I don't, I start bawling, she's bawling. Did she, like, before I went in, Shawty was like, yo, I don't think you should go to work this night, I think you should call out, right? I'm like, you want to know what's nasty? I'm like, I can't call out. So if I call out, they'll go down to 4 at 12, which is unsafe than what it already is. You know, this already mindset that healthcare workers have, which is apart from the actual system they work in, but like the people who are at the bedside doing the job is like, yo, like our whole job is empathy, not just for that patient, but for the person I'm working with, you know, which is why like when they be like, when we scream about unsafe patient ratios or whatever, it's literally because like, regardless of how poorly they staff us, we're gonna continue to do what we need to do what we gotta do, right, to help you. You know what I'm saying? So all that to say, in there, yo, we already took care of it. You let me know what you want to do. And she's like crying too, like, you let me know what you want to do. And I'm like, I think it's best, I guess, if I go home. And she's like, yeah. And literally, this is where, again, my healthcare workers and other episodes, I've also talked about needing a strong support system. I thankfully had. Like, I wasn't alone that night. On the phone, I went and hang out with Devontae, like in person. My nigga, like, he didn't, it was one of those things where like my nigga didn't even know rhyme or reason. It was just like, hey bro, like, can I come hang? Yeah, we're drinking over there. Maybe we're seeing some people do some illicit shit that like was gonna make them come see me sooner rather than later, but it was a good time, you know? And then,
see me rather sooner than later.
I don't know, man. Like, it's now like a month because I've been traveling. Whatever. I had one more shift at the job as charged prior to leaving. It was definitely like this weird anxiety going back after, but again, like what it was again, as far as I know, my first unexpected patient death where I don't know why they died. I did everything I could to save them, and it wasn't enough because we do not have control.
That's true.
And what I implore to anybody else who has to go through a similar situation,
good word,
is that it's not your fault, man. You did what you can do. You're gonna keep being you. You're gonna keep moving on. You're not gonna forget.
I have something to say to you.
But you're gonna keep going. What's up?
The grieving process is not always linear. And I applaud you for saying all that just now.
Oh shit.
For real, because like I feel like you got through a lot of shit right there. You know.
Write that down. That's the title of the episode.
The grieving process is not linear.
All right, but that's the Bullshit for Y'all podcast. We're gonna get to some content of the week. We're gonna get out of here with 2 songs. Content of the week. You had like 2 things you said today that I had no idea. What?
Can't really follow that up.
Plug it in the fucking Spotify.
No, but like I said, this isn't a what do you say?
All right, I got
you share, yeah, you share content.
I just scored tickets to Kendrick Lamar, August 4th, DC.
What?
Did y'all already talk about Kendrick Lamar like a couple of us?
We did like last episode. My boy E. Shout out to E and Tamika. They got tickets for me. Join in to see Kendrick Lamar.
Hell yeah!
So
fuck yeah, fuck you. At
DC.
At the Anthem or the Verizon Center?
The Verizon Center.
That's a good stadium. I saw Travis Scott there. Woo! Okay, yeah. What Content of the Week is basically where we talk about anything in the world that we experienced this week on a media, like book, cartoon, music, activity that's just like, cool, this brought me joy, let me give it to the airwaves. So Tate was a concert. For me, what the fuck Content of the Week I would have?
Keep talking.
I would definitely say, I'll shout this out. I haven't watched. No, we definitely are talking about The Boys season 3. We talked about it. It was in the house. I'm gonna steal it. But something for me. Again, music. Chance the Rapper. Okay. Listen, I was a huge fan early on, and then I know he got corny. He's dropped 2 songs, Highs and Lows, as well as a song with Vic Mensa. I forget the name of it, but they sound like old Chance. And actually, I'm gonna take us out to Highs and Lows. A little bit of a melancholy vibe with also. Oh wait, no! I'm not gonna do that. We were talking about Kid Cudi, so we'll do the Kid Cudi to end it, and then also maybe Chance the Rapper. But did you have a Content of the Week?
I've been watching this YouTuber called Posy on YouTube. You alright, bro?
Phil just stopped on all your shit.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
One more time. Anyways, yeah, so the YouTuber Posy, he just makes like documentary style, like informational videos about random things. Like he did an informational video about segmented displays, like the displays you see on that oven right there, and the intricacies with the design and how to make numbers out of fucking lines, literally. I thought that was pretty cool. He does some other things. Holy shit.
I watched that the other day, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was good.
All right, my man Drew over here watched it.
I forgot you were here for a second. I think you scared the shit out of me.
It was pretty good though. Pretty good.
Yes, sir. But okay, so that is our episode for the day. This is Bullshit and Frail Podcast, episode 95. Y'all motherfuckers know what's going on. It is the most balanced podcast in the world. Hold up. Let me land, bro. Let me land before you get all that interference in my fucking ears. We're gonna end with 2 songs. First one, yeah, it's probably outside. My man, I'm gonna lie. The first one is going to be Love by Kid Cudi. The second one is Highs and Lows by Chance the Rapper. Peace. Love y'all. We out.
I am happy to be alive, 'cause I know I could not be in a place that's filled with lies. Can't stand the quiet nights while I fill up my glass with pride. Hopeful is all I know how to keep me from silent cries. Nothing I can say, facing all this pain in my way. I fight it every day. Why am I this way? A nigga trying to maintain. I sit and tell myself, okay, we gotta find another way. You gotta find another way. You gotta find another way. Don't be so down, come on, on me. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets lonely. Now is the time to show what you're made of. Don't be so down, come on, on me. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets show what you're made of.
I am happy to be alive, 'cause I know I could not be in a place so filled with lies. Can't stand the quiet nights while I fill up my glass and cry. Hopeful is all I know how to keep me from silent cries. Nothing I can say done, running from this pain in my way. I'm fighting every day. Why am I this way? A nigga trying to maintain. I sit and tell myself, okay, we gotta find another way. You gotta find another way. You gotta find another way.
Don't be so down, come on, young homie. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets lonely. Now is the time to show what you're made of. Don't be so down, come on, young homie. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets lonely. Now is the time to show what you're made of. Don't be so down, come on, young homie. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets lonely. Now is the time to show what you're made of. Don't be so down, come on, young homie. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets lonely. Now is the time to show what you're made of. Now is the time to show what you're made of. Don't be so down, come on, young homie. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets lonely. Now is the time to show what you're made of. Don't be so down, come on, young homie. You'll be okay, you'll find love. All of the stories, the hero gets lonely. Now is the time to show what you're made of.
I'm an emotional roller coaster. With highs so high I could put bowl on a poster. But when the bread get low, like 4 loaves in a toaster. Oh, the shoulders can get cold as 10 toes in Nova Scotia. Some days I hold a grudge, some days I hold a ghoster. Some days I just ghost her. Some days I'm supposed to. The crib feel like a gunfight, but them strollers, that's the holster. We can make amends over old memes and mimosas. My mama know I ain't make my bed, but I'ma lay in it. Whether it's sandpaper, suede linen, whether I'm alone, a Creole lady mama laid in it. The same pajamas I was afraid in. I boogie man slave, my blankets conceal my blade in it. Emotional seesaw with 2 fat motherfuckers with strong knees and free fall. It's cloudy with a chance of meatballs, I check the weather. I gave all my vices a call, let's get together to talk about the highs and lows, the ups and downs. The friends that I had to hide to come around. They told me that I knew you always come around. Come around, come around, come around, come around. To work out the highs highs and lows, the ups and downs. No need to hide, the skies is coming down. Go and get high, I promise you're coming down. Coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Keep your eyes on the road.
Eyes on the
And you
road.
feel your back's on the road.
Push your backs against
You
the
gotta
ropes.
take the highs with the lows.
The highs with the
Gotta
lows.
take the highs with the lows. You're lost and you're running out of hope.
You running out of
Looking
hope
for the best way to cope.
for the best way
Just
to
know
go.
we all been there before.
We all been there.
Gotta take the highs with the lows.
I was feeling lifeless, I had to cut my vices. Now the feeling that I feel is priceless. And the spirit want me to be righteous, but I know I might just relapse, get sucked in these devices. Got so used to feedback, I couldn't tell what mine is. Sometimes all the outside noise just really blinds us. Beware, believe none of what you see and half of what you hear. The best things in life on the opposite side of fear. I swear I see it clear like after the storm. Still, you can't stop the rain like the loose end song. My word is born like James. Yo, I couldn't complain, cause even when I did, niggas really couldn't feel my pain. That's the type of shit that drive a nigga insane. Wanna be numb, now your thumb back, flicking the flame. Back to square one, trying to overcome what you became. Like they was right, I guess you never gon' change. I
When
guess
it's
you
hard to
never
keep your
gon'.
eyes on the road,
Your eyes on
you
the
start to
road.
feel your back on the road.
Your back against
You
the
gotta
road.
take the highs with the lows.
The highs with the
You gotta
lows.
take the highs with the lows.
The highs with the
Lost
lows.
and you're running out of hope.
And you running.
And you're looking for the best way to cope.
Best way to
Just know
go.
we all been there before.
We all been there.
You gotta take the highs with the
The highs with the
lows.
lows.
To talk about the highs and lows, the ups and downs. The friends that I had to hide to come around. They told me that I knew you always come around. Come around, come around, come around, come around. To work out the highs and lows, the ups and downs. No need to hide, the skies is coming down. Go and get high, I promise you're coming down. Coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down.
Jano, John's the rapper. Joseph Badman.
Yes, yes.
You don't know, sir. Big up to the youth them, and the youth them worldwide, and the youth them are the truth them. Yes, and the Most High, praise the Most High.
Look, Mussolini with his dad.